Hello, everybody. This is James Hsu coming back to you again with a Legacy League walkthrough. Today we're playing some Blue Red Delver, one of my favorite archetypes in the format, and I am here with my friend and basically my coach, Sven. Sven, how are you?
Hello, thanks for having me here. I'm very good. How about you?
Good, good. I'm excited to run the league with you.
Me too.
Can you introduce a little bit about yourself? Maybe talk about where you're from, and maybe your experiences with Legacy, just briefly.
Sure. I'm a German Legacy player. I'm playing Magic competitively, especially Legacy since 2010. And I've always been into red and sort of blue decks, like burn-orientated decks. I started back in Legacy back with Sue. I really liked that deck with White Nacatls and Lightning Bolts. And once Delver was printed, I fell in love with Blue-Red Delver, with Delver Secrets and a bunch of Lightning Bolts and an aggressive game style. And yeah, since then, I'm basically specialized on the fastest and most aggressive approach of Delver in Blue-Red Delver only. I'm also managing the Discord server, Blue-Red Delver, so everyone who wants to check that out, everyone is welcome to join there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great Discord, and I know you're very active on there. There's a lot of good discussions. So for folks who are watching this video, please do check out the Blue Red Delver Discord. We'll add a link in the show notes or something so you can find it.
definitely.
And this is actually we're going to be running a build that you have settled on after actually a lot of testing and theorizing. So maybe you can introduce this build a little bit. Maybe first you can talk about the main deck and maybe some of the card choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is nowadays for 2020 a very classical Blue-Red Delver tempo shell. It's not an acro shell, it's more of a tempo shell. So you get to play with Delver and Dreadhorde Arcanist. Dreadhorde Arcanist is basically the best creature, the best convert mana cost 2 creature ever printed, I think, in my opinion. I'm not sure if I'm missing something from the very early days of Magic, but so far, Dreadhorde Arcanist is what makes Delver actually very competitive again, since the bannings of Gitaxian Probe and Deathrat Shaman, obviously. And I think Blue-Red Delver is it's maybe the best deck in utilizing Dreadhorde Arcanist, because you get to play stable mana base, and your turn 2 play with the turn 1 cantrip or turn 1 Delver into turn 2 Dreadhorde Arcanist is just so good in this deck. So this deck is basically centered around doing the maximum value out of Dreadhorde Arcanist in combination with Delver. And in addition to that, you have the basic cards of Delver in days, like 4 days, 4 Wasteland, 4 Force of Will. You also, in the creature base, you also add stuff like Brazen Borrower and True Name Nemesis. Brazen Borrower has been really good because you can bounce chalices or cards which you didn't have answers before, which is like really helpful for the deck. And since the printing of Ethereal Forager, you also have an additional blue threat, which creates card advantage the same way like Dreadhorde Arcanist does. It's just that in combo matchups, for example, Ethereal Forager can be even better, because if your opponent is using discard spells to discard Force of Wills, you can actually get them back right away once you exile them with Forager. So this card is actually really strong in certain matchups on its own. And yeah, you play along Dreadhorde Arcanist, Delver, True Name, Borrower, and Forager, more Pyromancers and Sprite Dragon. You can also split there or play full Pyromancers, full Sprite Dragons. They're kind of like a flex spot in there. And to round it up, you play with Force of Negation, which is another really good counter spell. And a great addition since Modern Horizons to the deck, because it's another hard counter and it's not a soft counter, which helps you fighting like combo decks or decks which are heavy on non-creature spells. And a single spell snare, because it's also it's kind of a conditional counter, but it's since it's a hard counter and Wasteland is not as good as it used to be in a format with Astrolabe, it's also like a really good tempo play and a really good hard counter the deck wants.
Yeah, I just want to call out that I do 100% agree with you that Dreadhorde Arcanist is the best creature in the deck, and it's basically the reason for this deck to exist. It's also made it so that
Pretty much, yeah.
you have real card advantage because you're buying back real spells like either cantrips or removal, and that really allows the deck to play 6 pitch counters like Force of Will plus Force Negation. Like it used to be that you couldn't afford to do that, even though these were the best tempo counter spells. Like you would be way down on card advantage, but now you're just getting so much card advantage if this thing gets going that I've actually heard people say that maybe this card should be banned after Astrolabe or whatever. I'm not going to comment on, do I fully agree on that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very powerful card, and it allows you to go down on cards because you're basically will be getting them back if you get your game plan going. So I just want to call that out.
Yeah, very true. I mean, in theory, Grixis Delver with discard spells like Thoughtseizes and Inquisition of Kozilek could be even better in exploiting Dreadhorde Arcanist. The little problem, it's a little problem, it's not a big problem, but slight problems Grixis Delver has is in its mana base, and you do get wastelanded a bunch of times. So actually getting to play out Dreadhorde Arcanist and having this fluent game where Dreadhorde Arcanist is going to snowball our opponent is more likely in Blue-Red Delver because of having stable lands than Grixis Delver. Yeah. Although I would say once you don't play versus Wasteland decks and land destruction, mana denial decks, also Rishadan Port is like really bad for the deck, for Delver especially. Dreadhorde Arcanist can have a higher ceiling in the Grixis version because of the discard spells.
I think that's a great highlight because in a theoretical world where we face combo every round, then I think there's no contest. Sure. Grixis Delver is the best build because it has Thoughtseize.
The best Delver shell.
You don't worry about bad mana or anything like that. But I think this is a really good Blue-Red Delver is a really good balance. Like you're getting that kind of solid mana base, which also becomes important when you're facing like Delver Mirror sometimes, like on the draw. Sometimes you get Wastelanded out. You can afford to stabilize and cast all your spells, like your 3 mana spells, a little bit better, even 2 mana spells. And it also allows you to, maybe we can jump to the sideboard now. Like it also allows you to play cards like Blood Moon. I know you've talked about Blood Moon. We've talked about Blood Moon in the past, and Price of Progress and things like that. So maybe we can just we don't have to start with Blood Moon, but maybe we can just talk about the sideboard a little bit.
Sure. So I like to, when I try to make my builds, I try to push consistency over detailed or flex spots, because I think if I have a game plan, in my personal opinion, I rather try to push it rather to try to do something very specific. So in the sideboard, you see 4 graveyard interaction spells with 2 Gravedigger's Cage and 2 Surgical Extractions. Gravedigger's Cage is a little bit of an anti-synergy with Dreadhorde Arcanist, but both cards are so powerful on their own. It's basically in the right matchups. It doesn't matter which one is out. You are a little bit favored in the matchup. So I think Gravedigger's Cage is much better than Tormod Script, even though you have this synergy. Then I like to play with 4 more interaction spells, and Pyroblast and Flusterstorm. Pyroblast especially is extremely relevant nowadays, since you have to fight Oko and Euro. And Flusterstorm is another one of interaction spell, especially which is good in Blue Mirrors and versus Storm decks. Those are 8 cards. The next 3 cards are artifact interaction spells. And we play 2 upgrades for your basic chalice, equipment, Trinisphere sort of things. It also is a removal, for example, versus decks like Death and Taxes, or even in Mirrors if you're missing removal. And the one Nullrot. Nullrot is, in my opinion, very important because it shuts down artifacts, which you can have problems with. For example, like opposing Grim Monolith, like just mana ramping into something really big. And it's also really good against Storm, like shuts down Lion's Eye Diamond and such. And for the next 4 slots, you have a little bit more of a flex spots. I think like the first 11 spots are basically like really set for Delver, especially for Blue-Red Delver, fighting your way through the matchups. And for the last 4 spots, you get a mix of more bounce, a mass removal, and more non-basic hates. So in general, in Blue-Red Delver, you have access to Blood Moon and Price of Progress. And both cards can basically steal games on their own. And I tend to say when Price of Progress and Blood Moon are not as good as in the meta as they should be, probably you should play a different deck than Blue-Red Delver, because sometimes Blue-Red Delver is depending on just boarding into Price of Progress and like doing 16 damage in 2 turns if they're resolving 2 Price of Progress. The same way goes with Blood Moon. Right now the format is really good against non-basic hates because of Astrolabe, and the entire meta is like a little bit like gathering around Astrolabe and how to fight it. So you can always mix ups in the last spots cards like more bounce, like Submerge or Brazen Borer, which is, for example, good versus the Mirrors or versus Tarmogoyf, for example, especially Submerge. Tarmogoyf, Knight of the Reliquary, those are always good targets. Or you can fill it in with more removal spells, such as Dismember or Magmatic Sinkhole, if you expect something to run into more Gurmag Anglers or such. Or you go more into the non-basic hate, which is right now probably not the best option. So currently the Blood Moon is almost there to beat Rug Delver, sort of. And there's more Submerge and Brazen Borer to fight like random stuff to have bounces. But those are definitely flex spots, which you can change a lot in Delver.
Yeah. I do want to say that I don't have as much experience as you do playing this archetype, but I have really enjoyed the fact that this deck runs 3 basic lands a lot in matches, because even though sometimes you're not playing like Haymaker Hate like Blood Moon or Price of Progress, just the fact that you might be running into a deck that tries to wasteland you out of the game, or like Aggro Loam, or even like Moon Stompy, Blood Moon Stompy, like sometimes just being immune to these sorts of things like just gives you a lot of virtual card advantage or just virtual advantage. So like it's very specific matchups, but like there's something valuable about having a very solid basic land base. The only thing that we really miss here compared to say a Rug Delver is probably the card Oko, because that card is heinous, and green cards also have some powerful options in the sideboard. But I think it's still a very strong contender regardless of how things are right now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, very true. I mean, to add something on it, if people ask like what Delver shell should they run, which Delver version is the best, I always tend to say that if the meta game is somehow very centered on certain decks, and if it's more of a question of how to beat this deck, normally E3 color Delver Shell is the better choice, because the 3rd color gives you additional cards to fight those decks. And those can be either, if it's combo decks, it's probably Grixis Delver, because in black you get things like Dot Seizes, while versus fair decks, green is right now much stronger, because you get stuff like Tarmogoyf is really the mirror breaker, or something like Oko, which completely destroys fair decks. While Blue-Red Delver is more of a deck which can ignore much more what your opponent is doing, because you have this stable mana base. And if your opponent is leaving up lands or any Life from the Lone Wasteland or mana denial deck, you can completely ignore this with a shell like Delver, and all of a sudden you transform Delver into I don't care what you do, I have a bunch of counters and a flip Delver in play, and it's very unlikely that my opponent is going to win.
Yeah.
Rather than, for example, on the other hand, Rug Delver or Grixis Delver can have a hard time when opponents are preparing for Delver, just because they are so light on their mana base.
Right.
So that's like in Blue Red Delver, that's like really something underestimated to have the good mana and say, I can ignore certain strategies completely and just focus on cards which are good versus Delver. And you can say, then you can focus on cards like just the common removal spells or something like Chalice of the Void. But this gives an additional edge of Blue Red Delver, I would say, which is, in my opinion, underestimated. But on the other hand, if you really try to say, I need to, for example, Snowco, I need to beat Snowco, I expect a lot of Snowco in various variations. Basically, in the meta, probably Rug Delver is the better choice because you get to play Oko and Veil of Summer, and you can alter very specific matchups with the third color.
Yeah.
So it's always in a healthy balance and kind of a meta call which Delver shell to run.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you sharing that because, for decks that we play, it's important to understand like we're not just playing decks because we like the deck. Like there are actually advantages and disadvantages to every type of major archetype for Delver, and I consider this one of the major archetypes. So it's we're not trying to play like on purpose blue red just because we can. Like there's actual advantages to this depending on the meta. So I like the fact that you call that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, just to sum it up, in wild metas, I always prefer Blue Red Delver because you can die to a random wasteland, In combo metas, probably something along Grixis Delver or maybe Shadow is the best call. While in fair metas, probably Rug Delver is the most up straight to the face and go-to deck with Oko and Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I also have to say, like, as a relative newcomer to Delver, it is a little bit easier to get started with a deck like Blue Red Delver, especially in a build like this, because you're actually running quite a number of threats. Like I like having 14 threats in here. I know Rug Delver basically does like 10, which is a virtual 13 with Oko, but it's not exactly the same. Like having the threat density, especially with things like Young Pyromancer that can also go wide, I think it's actually very advantageous in a lot of spots because your opponent, if you're playing a fair matchup, they have to really make sure that they can answer your things. Whereas, with decks like Rug Delver and Death's Shadow, it's like the threat density is a little bit lower. So I just want to call that out too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could also go lower in Blue Red Delver. You can go on 13 or 12 threats, but I tend to have a little bit more threats because you can always bot them out in combo matchups if you don't need them, like June and Nemesis or Brazenborough, which are slower threats. But if you fight versus decks, which are kind of saying, I have a lot of removal spells, I can't fight against Delver, you still kind of need to generate tempo constantly. So you are not so reliant on forcing all removal spells and basically drawing into more threats, which is kind of important in certain matchups, in my opinion.
Yeah, really, really good point. And okay, so that is going to be our deck tech. Let's get to the fun part. Let's try to hit up the league here and see what kinds of decks we find. I found the legacy leagues to be quite diverse these days. Like you'll run into just about anything. Like so, let's see what we get today.
They are. They are. I mean, the community is a little bit more upset about Astrolabe, and cards like Veil of Summer and Oko are still in the meta, but despite those being maybe problem cards, I would say the meta is actually diverse currently.
Yeah.
Compared to what we experienced with Luro, Sirda, and before, the meta is very well, I would say.
I actually quite enjoy Lurus. I know a number of people said that as well. It may be a little bit limiting the format at that time, but the gameplay was still very very interesting. I don't know how else to describe it.
It was very interactive. Yeah. That's true. To pilot your Lurus build was very difficult, but on the other hand, just playing all the time versus Lurus was kind of boring, I would say.
Oh my gosh, I think I actually recognize this player's name, but I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, Shake Lion. That
I don't
sounds
know him.
sounds familiar. Okay, well, we're on the play. This looks like, I mean, it's not
That's
incredible,
a
but I
keep.
think it's a keep, right? So,
Yeah, exactly. It's not incredible, but the preordain is gonna find something.
yeah. So I like
I
turn
trust my
one.
deck.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta trust the deck. So I see probably turn one Volk preordain. Would you agree with that?
I would fetch Flooded Strand for the basic island because we're not open to wasteland, and if we find our turn 2 threat, our combat mana cost 2 threat, it's probably the better curve to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also kind of there's also a tiny bit of value from just like playing basics because sometimes your opponent just puts you on not having a Delver deck. Um, okay, the decision is: do we bottom the spell snare or do we keep the spell snare or do we bottom
Yeah,
both?
we don't know what we're up to. If it's now a Cavern of Souls deck, it's all dead. So
Mm-hmm.
both bottom. We need to find a threat here.
Yeah.
I mean, if the preordain didn't find anything and we're not drawing anything now, it's a little bit unfortunate, but what should we do, you know? We
Yeah.
cannot mulligan a hand with lands and a cantrip.
Right.
Without a cantrip, with another Daze or another Force, we should have mulligans.
Okay, this looks like a Rug Delver deck. We're not gonna daze. We're just gonna bolt on the next turn, or even just wait. I think
Yeah,
that's what we should do.
yeah, correct.
I think the
So we're
biggest
playing against Rocksaber.
yeah the biggest threat in the matchup is really Dreadhorde. So it's like we can even sometimes afford to let the Delver live a
So
few
that's
turns.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very good
So,
draw. So we do have like
so
2 dazes. So we could tap out for Arcanist and really protect it, or I don't know. How do you feel about that?
um, so this is kind of one of those 50-50 calls.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be extremely rewarded into protecting your Arcanist and just winning right away in turn 3, or you can say you play the safe game. I think Ruck Delver is somehow favored because of Tarmogoyf and Oko. So I would rather lean into the upside play of playing Dreadhorde Arcanist and winning right away by protecting it, instead of trying to play the long game and losing to Oko anyway.
Okay, in this case, I think
This
we're
would be
gonna.
my
Yeah, I'm with you.
Volk
So
and
yeah, in this case, yeah, we want to have
wait,
double
before
days.
playing the Volk,
Oh, okay. I've
um,
already played it. I was thinking we could
no,
have the double days. Yeah.
I was thinking about opponent stifle. So should we fetch right away? That was like an
Okay.
idea of mine, but probably we don't know anything, so it's right to
Yeah.
play the
Oh
Volk.
no, no, no. I gotta learn to slow down a little bit. Yeah, you're right. I didn't consider that.
Because if they bolt, we force of will into days anyway and pitch the days. So double days is probably unlikely, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, if we can bait the wasteland, yeah, and we have the land, and I think that's kind of so
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
think I
daze
think we're
that
gonna
for sure.
daze and we're gonna bounce the
And
volcanic
pick
island.
the Volk, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that turned out really well, I would say.
Yeah.
Because they're letting us end up with Dreadhorde Arcanist, that was the upside play.
Okay, so now we're gonna daze back, right?
Yes. Yes.
I see. So now there's actually, if we want to actually, oh, let's think about this. Let's see what we draw.
Yeah, so they want to kill the Dreadhorde Arcanist with Delver, so you go Volcanic and Lightning Bolt the now we can actually fetch from a mountain as well to not being wastelanded.
Do we
That sounds even better.
do we want to save the fetch land because of brainstorm equity, or we don't really care? We just want the stability.
I would say it's a close call. I would rather have stability now because we're gonna Lightning Bolt Delver Secrets. They don't have a counter, so they would have countered back our second days.
Okay.
And we're gonna preordain, and we're trying to find more gas. And I don't want to be set back with another wasteland there,
I see.
even
So
though we are in the driver's seat.
we're
We
not
just
we're
want
not
to
we're not
snowball
even we're
them.
not concerned about representing days, right? Like we can just basically go with mountain this turn.
No, we have the force. It's okay.
Okay.
I would say fetch basic mountain, kill the Delver with lightning bolt, and preordain.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna resolve.
And if there would now force of will, the
we
lightning bolt would just throw it back. And now you can preordain.
Yeah. The second Arcanist might actually be they both might actually be good cards to draw into. Like
I agree. I would make top Arcanist and we top Delver, we draw the Delver, and we just, because if they have the removal for Arcanist, we just slam a second Arcanist with a Brainstorm and Lightning Bolt. I think that's very reasonable.
We want to draw the Delver, right? Because we can potentially pitch it to force.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's maybe a little bit greedy, but they have to have something, I think. And they're losing to Arcanist probably anyway because we have the Brainstorm. So let's see.
Oh, they might have another Tarmogoyf. Hooting Mandrills. I think we would actually.
Hooting Mandrills.
Yeah, I think we have to try to force this, right?
What would you pitch?
I would probably pitch Delver.
Yes, I agree.
Because the Brainstorm can be bought back. So
exactly.
I mean, if they have a daze, they have a daze. Oh, they're forcing back, which isn't.
They have a force.
That's okay. It's a trade. Yeah, now it's interesting. I don't think we would attack into. Oh, we should play Snowcover Island and Brainstorm this turn, or do we tap out for Dreadhorde? That's the question.
Let's see. I mean, if we Brainstorm, we have an open basic mountain. So with an open basic mountain, we're not gonna. Actually, it's like this. If we Brainstorm now, and if we find a Lightning Bolt, we can just Lightning Bolt and Flashback Lightning Bolt and kill the Hooting Mandrills.
Right.
If we are not gonna find a basic mountain, we are probably not even attacking.
That's right.
Playing the second record Arcanist doesn't do that much, so probably we're trying to find another bolt here.
Okay, I like that. Okay. We just played a land, right? So basically we have to put the fetch on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's okay. We'll just have to pass the turn.
Yeah, that's
right?
okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of, since we have the lightning bolt, they also cannot attack, I would say, unless they have a bolt.
That's right.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. We're effectively stonewalling. I think we maybe. I wonder if do we wasteland this turn or do we play fetch to fetch away?
I mean, we have another Dreadhorde Arcanist in hand, so I would really like to attack and Brainstorm now to get a really good Brainstorm, and then we'll see where we go.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I already went to begin attack. I should have played the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
attack. No.
Yeah, I was thinking of going like deeper off a new shuffle, but
No, that's okay. It's only one card. That's totally fine.
That is crazy.
Oh,
okay. Well, I guess we know we have to shuffle that away.
Yeah. So Scalding Tarn, fetch, and play the Arcanist.
We're fetching basics
because
right?
If we had, yeah. Because if we had find now, for example, a Delver, another pitch card for Force of Will, and something else, we would have been in good shape, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think it was correct to just attack, play our second Arcanist, because if he doesn't find a removal now, our opponent, he still probably can't attack because we just brainstormed because he thinks we found something. I guess.
That's interesting. They conceded. 3 wastelands. They just showed us 3 wastelands.
I see. Okay.
All right. We were just talking about wastelands and basics a while back. So
yeah, that's That's a nice thing. But that's really unfortunate for him. Oh my
It
god.
is, yeah, yeah. It's
No
very
cantrip.
unusual. Okay, so I'll just talk about cards that I don't love in this matchup. Like I don't really love having like force negations and maybe even like the fourth
Yeah.
force of will. Um, I think spell
Mm-hmm.
snare is very good. This is a case where like we're
Very
rewarded
good. Yeah.
for running snare over
Mm-hmm.
pierce. I could be convinced into removing a wasteland on the draw. I
No, no.
okay. I could also be convinced to potentially remove a forager because they're gonna have red blast. Um, True name is actually still fine, and borrower is still fine. So like to me, these are like cards that I might consider cutting. I might consider like bringing in Pyroblast because they're just good against like so many things like Oko and Delver and cantrips. I think you had mentioned Flusterstorm is just good here. They're running Trops, so I think Submerge is a must. And I would also I might consider a Brave, but I think we have enough removal. And they don't kill Tarmogoyf. I might consider like bringing in these 6 cards and maybe cutting these and more. So anyway, I've said my part. So what do you think?
Mm-hmm. Um, I would say in general in Delver Mirrors, it's about who draws more threats. So you're never boarding out threats. Even if it's the worst threat you can possibly have, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a threat which can maybe steal the game.
Right.
So with the forces, you're completely right. Flusterstorm is more if you're fighting over removal spells or something, which is very unlikely in Delver.
Yeah.
I used to board Flusterstorm in Delver Mirrors, but I never liked them.
Yeah.
With what I would also board in is the second borrower because it is another threat.
Right.
So you
Sorry,
have 6
sorry.
cards and you board out.
We gotta make sure. Sorry, I have this paranoia. So
Yeah,
yeah. So what other 2
no, no,
cards
it's okay.
would we cut out? You think?
I would just cut all forces. That's
Interesting.
my approach.
Okay.
Daze is way too good in tempo because Wasteland is being played.
Mm-hmm.
Our Wastelands are way too strong to keep them off mana. And I think all the forces are, since we have Pyroblast for Oko also,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the right decision.
So I don't love this hand because we don't have a threat, but I think it's too good not to keep. Do you agree with that? Like it's a little land heavy. It's
Yes.
a little defensive, but we can
No, I
draw.
agree. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep
I
this,
mean,
right?
yeah, we keep this. I mean, the ponder is what keeps the hand,
Right.
actually.
Right. Like we can answer a lot of things.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the best possible
Sure.
play from them because
Mhm.
it's not Delver. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would really like to draw a Wasteland right now. Or let's see what
Did
we
they
do.
shuffle?
No, they
Choose
did. They
to
no, they
not
no not
shuffle his
shuffle. Yeah.
Highlander. Okay.
So I think we just play Basic
Basic
Island
Island,
Ponder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're really happy about like the fact that we can also
So
fetch a mountain. Yeah.
I'm one of those players. When I'm on the draw,
Mm-hmm.
I instantly snap Wasteland
Yeah.
because it's such a high upside play. It's just I
Mm-hmm.
do it so often.
Yeah. So let's see here. I think we're gonna keep this. The question is, how do we stack it? Pyroblast is probably on the bottom. We already have 2. And all these things flip Delver. So I would say probably just draw into Delver and just exactly this order. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
It seems fine. I mean, they're not running discards, so it's fine.
I mean, the best they can do is now turn to Tarmogoyf, but that's what we have to live with.
Turn to Arcanist, and then we would have to definitely answer that.
Now, Arcanist is fine because you could Lightning Bolt it. A Tarmogoyf you can't.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Just like we called it.
So here you are so right now you're kind of in the position of that sometimes basic lands are not good
Mm-hmm.
because if we bolt and he force of wills, we couldn't Pyroblast because we don't have double red.
Yeah.
That's like one of the few issues, but like we have to live with that.
So we are
because
gonna
we won game 1.
we are gonna basic
that
mountain
Wasteland.
we are gonna basic mountain lightning bolt, right?
No, you would fetch away the Pyroblast.
Yeah. Okay. But we already have 2 Pyro Blasts.
What did you say? Volcanic Island or Scalding Town? What did you say?
Oh no, I was I was asking if you wanted to get the basic to fetch the basic mountain or kill them off the volcanic island. The Pyro Blast isn't great, to be honest, because we already have 2, right?
No, but you set up Delva already. I would just play the Volk and Lightning Bolt first
Okay.
to play around days, and then I would play the Delva.
Yeah. Okay, we're lucky.
Okay, and gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter that Delva flips, and our opponent is inclined to remove the Delva, especially when it flips. So I don't mind having a third Pyroblast. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, that's okay, I think.
Right.
Tropical Island.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I see. He's bolting now. Okay.
Oh no, he's going
another.
for...
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're thinking about if we're able to tempo there, or if we gonna find Submerge or Brazen Borer.
So that's interesting. I think we definitely start off with the Preordain.
Yes. That sounds good.
Okay, that's the best possible 2 cards. So if we can resolve, well, I mean, yeah, I think we top both of them and just draw into Submerge, right?
Yeah, correct. Top Blood Moon, top Submerge.
And then we're gonna actually, we're not gonna shuffle.
Play the
Volk. Play the Volk.
Play the Volcanic Island, yeah.
And just Power Blast the Delver now, I think is.
Do you want to
play around?
No.
Play around the Spell Pierce.
I mean, Force of Negation, that's something they bought out. Spell Pierce, okay, maybe Fluster Storm, I would say. Yeah, both the Pyroblast now, that's fine.
Okay. We can probably wait a turn even on the Tarmogoyf. Yeah. I'll just do it now, right?
I think in his attack step, it's really good to submerge him. The Pyroblast I would use now. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really good. All right. And even if so the best thing what could happen is if they have dead cards in it, except for I don't know.
So we're submerging now?
Submerge now?
Okay. Yeah.
Because if he counters now, we have the Pyroblast, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we have the Blood Moon follow-up if they want to do something.
Exactly.
Brainstorm. I think we actually Pyroblasted Brainstorm in this case. Oh, actually, no. We Pyroblast whatever they try to do. Submerge. The only way we get punished the only way we get punished by this is if they Brainstorm into Flusterstorm, but other than that, we're okay, I think.
Yeah, I would have said Veil of Summer. If they force, we Pyroblast their Veil of Summer, but I don't mind. I think Brainstorm is fine.
Okay.
Because if they're really trying to defend Tarmogoyf, we have Pyroblast, and then they're using their counter spells for Submerge instead of Blood Moon.
Yeah.
So
I feel really good about the potential Blood Moon landing because we'll be able to Blood Moon next turn with Pyroblast backup, basically.
Exactly.
And
I think it's
yeah. In fact,
we were really lucky.
I would probably Pyroblast this because I want them to try to fight over it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Also, if we resolve Blood Moon, but the Tarmogoyf lives, it can raise us.
Okay, well.
All right, then Tarmogoyf stays on the field.
Yeah.
Second Tarmogoyf would be kind of sure.
Yeah, we could still be in a little bit of trouble.
So they have one hand card. Okay.
Yeah, they have one hand card. So Scalding Tarn and Blood Moon, right? Oh no, we would need to fetch.
So fetch for a basic island. Yeah, fetch for a basic island. And play through the double basic island and the volcanic island.
Yeah, so we can have
our Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now we have to find something for Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Now I would attack now with, no, wait, Pyroblast the Delver first.
Yeah.
Okay, now attack. Now we're just trying to raise them. With bunch of lightning bolts, it can work out, I think.
If we can find some other
Or
things.
if we find another Bora or something, this could also work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's something that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Yeah.
Dreadhorde Arcanist is insane versus Blood Moon. Oh my god.
Yeah. All this stuff in the graveyard
Let's
already.
see.
Okay, that's
Nice.
fun.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, the Dreadhorde Arcanist was unfortunate now because of because of we needed the bolt for his face actually, but
Yeah.
let's see. So that was like the decision. Maybe we should have pyroblasted the brainstorm actually, but we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, it's actually gives us lethal next turn. Of course,
I mean,
the decision is if we're gonna block them because they could also have a bolt.
yeah, we are afraid of lightning bolt. But I mean, the idea is if they have lightning bolts, they would have used it for Delve of Secrets, so they needed to
draw it this turn, basically.
Just a sec. No, just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed to draw lightning bolt right now. Otherwise, they would have used it for Delver of Secrets. So I rather like to go for the win. Don't block. If they have lightning bolt now, it's unfortunate. Otherwise, we won.
Yeah.
We're trying to win instead of survive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they don't have it,
Yes.
or they're just slow rolling us, which is also.
That's fine. And lightning bolt to the face. Wait. If they have something lightning bolt, if they have pyroblast, it still doesn't matter. We win with lightning bolt. Yeah.
Oh, I see. They've got a braid.
Braid.
Yeah, that is one thing.
Okay.
So now
attack with the Delver, and that's it.
Yeah.
You block with Sprite Dragon.
Exactly. Now they're gonna basically have to get another removal spell.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that was a close one.
Yes,
But
nice.
Yeah, it does show how powerful Tarmogoyf is in the mirror.
Yes, Tarmogoyf is the best creature for mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now since you can. I mean, Grixis Delver had Fatal Push for Fatal Push for Tarmogoyf, but now they can defend it with Veil of Summer, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know that even Rug Delver sometimes runs like Dismember or Vapor Snag. Like there's some tempo cards that, I mean, we were lucky to get the Submerge. Yeah.
Yeah, our preordain was really lucky. Having Submerge and Blood Moon, that was really lucky.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe the thought of countering the Brainstorm is that Brainstorm fixes his entire hand and we're going to shut him down with Blood Moon anyway.
Yeah.
So you might also make the case of saying, no, you just counter Brainstorm. You're not going to fix anything. Because
that's kind of a 50-50 decision, right? It's also not a right or wrong.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's totally 50-50. The one thought process is Brainstorm, spend all your resources on Submerge because we're going to Blood Moon you anyway. And the other idea is to say, we cut you off your Brainstorm because nothing matters in your hand anyway because we Blood Moon you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of depends, do you fight versus Spell Pierce and Daze now, or do you fight versus Dreadhorde Arcanist? I'm very sure that Brainstorm found them Dreadhorde Arcanist. So if we had this in mind, we should have countered the Brainstorm. If it was about the counter spells, then throw your counter spells into your Submerge because we're going to Blood Moon you. You know what I mean? It is kind of, what are we playing against? That's a
Okay,
big
we're on the play, and
play.
so is this a keep or not? I'm sort of
No, it's a keep.
okay. I wasn't sure just because I guess we still go
No,
turn
you
one
have
Delver or turn one
Delver.
Preordain.
Yeah, no, always Delver.
Okay.
On the draw against combo, it is sometimes better to cantrip to find an interaction spell if you're scared of the nuts. But the hand is really good. You have
It's
a
really
turn
good. We
one
got
play.
the days. Yeah, we got the force negation.
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty safe. And the Preordain is gonna find us a land, and land is actually pretty good.
It'd be even better if
And
we
even
just
if we find
drew into a land. Yeah, that'd be even better.
Yeah, even if the Delver doesn't flip, we don't care. Like
Yeah.
if we find a land and it doesn't flip with a land, it's like
I think we just let this go, right?
I would actually daze it because we still have the Preordain play, so we're playing right into our curve.
Right. Yeah. We don't have a guaranteed
If-
2-drop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we had the guaranteed land, I would say let it go, but forcing.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
sure.
So I guess we're letting this go now. Yeah. What are they?
Yeah. The Preordain is more important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess now we're gonna ponder, right?
Ponder.
Ponder's got a
The
little
other
bit.
idea was to force of negation and pitch our days, but I think that would have been way too.
This is not bad. The question is, what do we top? I think we draw into Forager and we just draw and Misty. Basically, this order, right? Volcanic Island at the top, at the bottom, and Forager at the top.
I agree.
Then we can see if we need to want to fetch away, which, although it's unlikely, we'll just do it. There's no harm to doing this. Yeah.
Again,
another one.
Tarmogoyf?
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay. Yeah. Force of negation. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good hand against combo. Not so good here.
I think we should have kept one more land. We were a little bit too fast on our decision. Yeah. Just playing the Volk because they can wasteland us. But now it doesn't matter. Just fetch Volk and play the Dreadhorde Arcanist. I think we should have kept one more land and the Misty Rainforest from top, but
I see.
Doesn't matter now. A turn to resolve Tarmogoyf is the worst thing anyway versus us, so it's kind of already going down from that point.
Yeah, we basically have to try and get that lightning bolt to get things back in our favor.
If they're really good, if they have lightning bolt, our Dreadhorde Arcanist in upkeep, that's like the worst thing which can happen because we have force of negation, but whatever.
I think we let this resolve.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, the only consolation is that they're a little light on resources too. So if we can answer the Tarmogoyf, we have a good chance.
So you want to... okay.
No shuffle.
No shuffle, okay. That's scary. They're really lightning bolt in upkeep or what? To play around force of negation. No. Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah, could be. I mean, they know we didn't... Oh, I guess they don't have it. So okay. I guess we first start off with a Preordain. Or did we attack first and ponder?
No, we attack and... ponder. Yeah, that's like the first thing
we might, because we might, if we can just get that natural second land, then that allows us to borrow or allows us to do a bunch of stuff.
It's interesting they're letting us even attack. That's a shuffle.
Yeah.
No land. We need a land.
Yikes. All right. I guess we're going for the Preordain.
Preordain, yes.
That's interesting. Are they going to bolt now?
We were
a
little bit too fast on our ponder with the 3 lands, with the 2 lands. We should have taken the 3rd land. because lightning bolt always says Delva when it comes to volcanic island, and we're scared of wasteland. But
I think we probably keep both,
okay,
right?
top,
Okay,
and
but which
play
one are
the
we
delta.
playing? We're playing the delta. Okay.
We're playing delta because of wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we actually probably going to draw into the other land too, depending on what they do.
Brazen Borrower is extremely important now for Tarmogoyf, so we're pitching Ethereal Forager instantly to Force of Negation if they're Oko us now or something.
Yeah. I think we have to let this one go.
Don't you want to Force of Negation it now? Because I don't really believe our targets will be so much better. And this is the spot now where I think it's maybe worth it to Force of Negation Brainstorm. If it would have been Force of Will, I would have said no, but Force of Negation, probably.
Pitch Forager, right? Yeah.
Yes, pitch Forager. Because the problem is, even though we have Dreadhorde Arcanist, we are losing in tempo versus Tarmogoyf. So this might be the best call for us to counter the Brainstorm.
So we do want to draw. We do want to draw that land, right?
Of course.
Okay, that's not bad. We're gonna first preordain off the attack, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a fresh look. We don't know what's on top of our deck, so.
Yeah, exactly. We can potentially.
That's actually.
Yeah,
it's sorcery, but I think we actually need to keep that, right?
Let's see. That's kind of tricky.
Or we try to ponder and find into more different action. I think.
No, so the idea is that we can kill the Tarmogoyf by double Chain Lightning him with Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I like Chain Lightning. I think we don't have cantrips anymore, so we also want Ponder. So what we're gonna do now is probably top Chain Lightning, top Ponder.
So draw into
top
Ponder.
Chain Lightning. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Top Chain Lightning, top Ponder.
Yeah, we're just going to make sure we get both of them, which is the idea. Okay.
Play the Volcanic Island and play Dreadhorde Arcanist.
I see. So
because
we need to make sure that we have that next turn. You're saying, like, okay, I got you.
Yes. So because Tarmogoyf is gonna die versus double Chain Lightning, so we need to make sure we have a Dreadhorde Arcanist to double Chain Lightning Tarmogoyf. Then we're in a good spot.
Right.
So if they kill one Dreadhorde Arcanist, we have a second one. And then we can Ponder after it with the second Dreadhorde, and then we should be actually winning almost. Oko. That's unfortunate, but okay.
I think regardless.
So they're gonna elk now. No, they create a food.
If they elk, it's actually good for us, like, because we only need to buy back once.
So now we have to think now.
I think we can potentially Chain Lightning kill the Tarmogoyf. Actually, yeah, that's a question. Do we Chain Lightning? We bounce one and kill the others.
Yeah, that's it's kind of interesting now what we have to kill, but I think we double Chain Lightning Tarmogoyf. We play the Ponder before combat, so we get the Ponder from the second Dreadhorde Arcanist, and then we'll see. Then we draw a bunch of cards, and we'll see our next turns what to do with Oko.
Hopefully get another Lightning Bolt or something, but we definitely need to kill the Tarmogoyf right now, is what you're saying.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let me do that.
Chain Lightning.
Yeah. Let's see if they counter.
What did you want to say?
Oh no, I'm saying then we play the Ponder first, right?
Ponder now. Yeah. Oh no, we should have played Ponder first, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like this is like a very little sequence.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
So now our idea is, we can take the wasteland, bounce the Oko, and hopefully they don't have lands for another to play the
Mm-hmm.
Oko maybe. So take the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a draw because we can fetch anyway.
Yeah.
Play the wasteland. Ah no, we draw no, okay, yeah.
Okay.
And now
So
chain lightning and ponder.
yeah.
Oh, fetch first. Fetch first.
Got it. Yeah, I'll do that
Before the
before.
triggers on the stack, we fetch with a polluted
No,
delta
no
into a
problem.
volcanic island.
So we're gonna attack
Both Oko.
both Oko
Both
just in
Oko.
case something weird happens.
Yes, yes. And trigger on the stack and you fetch now?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll put them on the stack first, and I'll fetch before it resolves. Yeah. I guess
Chain lightning and
I
ponder.
think let me think about this. What needs to happen first? Ponder needs to happen first. So chain.
Yeah, so chain lightning and then ponder. So ponder's on top, and
Yeah.
now you fetch.
Okay. Now we're getting a volcanic.
Volcanic, yes.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Let's play the lottery.
Cast ponder.
Okay, that's probably a shuffle, right? Let's think about this. The
Um,
second wasteland could
I
be.
mean, we can bounce Oko and double Wasteland them. I mean, they have two hand cards. It's kind of what do they have actually?
Mm,
I maybe suspect they have more lands because they didn't play anything, but I'm not sure.
I think.
Could this be a plan which can work out?
Yeah.
Establishing Delva,
Mhm.
playing Brazen Borer, double Wastelands, or we just, maybe it's not good enough. We need to draw more gas.
Yeah,
It's too many lands.
okay. Let's because we only need one to if we're only going to be able to deny them. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good draw.
And now comes the Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
Chain Lightning, our Tarmogoyf.
All right. Either they have exactly Force of Will or okay, that's good. Okay, and we're actually going to bounce now, right? Or do
Let's see.
Or do we waste
Do
them
we
and
want
cast
to?
Preordain? This is really.
I feel like we should bounce when we maybe have a Force of Will or a Daze to counter the Oko. So let's preordain now.
Okay.
To find maybe a Daze, and then next turn
Oh yeah, that's not good. So we're gonna
take the Delver.
Just take the Delver. Okay. So we are gonna take the Delver.
Take the Delver bottom.
Okay, and now we're gonna
and
just
now wasteland them off red.
Okay.
Exactly. And maybe next turn we find like a Daze, and we bounce the Oko and Daze the Oko once he replays it.
The chance of us killing
that
the
could
Oko
be maybe a
is very
solid plan.
very high next turn. Like even if we don't have just bounce it, but we'll see. Oh yeah,
And we can.
They could actually try to lethal us. That's the thing too. Yeah.
True, I didn't. True, but
yeah, that's okay.
okay, that's okay.
Now it's interesting.
Yeah, I forgot that Tarmogoyf was such a heavy hitter. So let's see.
Now it's
yeah,
really
I forgot a little bit about our life total. That was my mistake.
No problem. We have one preordain. So the question is, do we brainstorm first? We want to play around days and crazy.
I mean, we're lethal through a lightning bolt. That's unfortunate now.
Yeah. So we basically have to try to win. Yeah. This is difficult.
I would say brainstorm. First brainstorm. We need to kill the egg. That's how it starts, I would say.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't involve bouncing it. Okay, that's actually really good.
Okay, they cannot copy chain lightning as well. So put away, I would say.
Arcanist and Delver, right? We're probably not going to be Delvering this turn.
Probably right. That sounds good. Arcanist and Delver.
Because we may.
No, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I already did it. My bad.
Because we could have played the Delver because we chain lightning him.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that like the Ponder might be useful in case something crazy happens, like a force negation or something. Okay, so now the question is, do we chain lightning the elk, right?
Yes. So do we need to? I think we might ponder just now. Let's ponder now. Shuffle away Delva and Dreadhorde Arcanist because we found the Sprite Dragon. It's better anyway, and we have Brazen Borer.
Yeah.
Let's find the Force of Will. Let's start like this.
Okay, that card would have been good 2 turns ago. Okay, so now we're gonna Chain Lightning the Elk.
So Chain Lightning the Elk.
Yeah, we're trying to guarantee that this resolves. The only way this doesn't work is if they force negate it.
Yeah, very true. Spell Pierce. Yeah, I wasn't watching our live total so closely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. I think we're still gonna.
I would say.
Do we leave one back? I think that's too conservative. I think we have to basically go for
it. Yeah, right? we have to go for the win now. Okay. Just attack with both Ponder and Brainstorm.
Got it.
You have to stack the first click on the, and we attack both Oko, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we want to Chain Lightning second.
Chain Lightning and then Ponder.
Ponder, okay.
Yeah, Tarmogoyf did so much work for them, so it was a little bit unfortunate.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Oh, we did find Force of Will. So I think we go. We draw into Force of Will.
Arcanist both Force. Yeah, Arcanist both Force. All right, now the Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
That's like complicated clicking a little bit, I have to say.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's crazy right now.
All right. And we can kill the Oko now with our Lightning Bolt from the top, and we have the Force of Will to fight an opponent's Lightning Bolt.
Right.
And we try to go crazy with I would probably even say.
Is Sprite Dragon better than? Yeah, we'll see. It may not matter. I think do we? Yeah, we have to bring.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get Lightning Bolt days, that's so be it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So be it. Yeah, exactly.
Man, this is an intense game. Are we just gonna play Rug Delver like five matches in a row? I mean, I'm not against it, but
maybe this would be a little bit boring, but you know how it is.
Yeah. Oh, this is crazy. They're getting an Elk every other turn, but we're alive, so that okay. Let's think about this here.
Okay, play Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, that's the best possible card right now.
Play Lightning Bolt on Oko. It's actually quite intense. Holy
this is very intense, especially because we still have a chance.
We get back from this. Yeah.
I think we have to Force of Will this.
No, because we're dead on Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to hold onto that force now.
We're just gonna have to try to value them.
Because we are killing the Oko anyway now with 2 power and the flashback Lightning Bolt.
That's true.
Brazen Borer.
Yeah.
Do they have Brazen Borer now?
No, well, Brazen Borer can't block us anyway, so we'll see.
No, bounce, and I thought they're gonna bounce us now.
I think we do attack Oko.
So both Oko? Both, yeah. Both, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flashback.
We do Brainstorm first and then Lightning Bolt, right?
First Preordain, then Lightning Bolt. So Lightning Bolt, Preordain.
Yeah, we still want to choose Preordain over because we don't have a shop fetch land.
Yeah. Man, that game takes so much time.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be dead soon if they're not gonna.
Okay, so I think we keep Force of Negation and bottom Dreadhorde. Oh,
bottom
like I don't even care.
This is great.
I don't even care if we time out this round. Like this game is just like
no epic. Lightning Bolt the Oko and the Oko's dead. This is a fun game,
I
actually.
really want to know our opponent's reaction.
Man, Dreadlord Archon is so good.
This is insane. Like,
But
look
they
at this
had,
army.
I kind of think like their hand was not that good, or I felt like their hand was a little bit. They needed more tools. They need more spells, actually.
Yeah.
I think like look at the graveyard. How many spells they have, and how many spells we have in our exile. Like we found way more spells than them.
Right. Okay, what are they going to do? Tarmogoyf or Oko? Or none of the above?
Nothing. They're on 17
Okay,
life
we're gonna
because
play
of
Sprite
the
Dragon because we have
another
like
force
two
counter.
force counters, right? So I don't think.
Let's see, 2. All right, Sprite Dragon.
Yeah.
In this spot, Sprite Dragon is insane.
I think we
And now
actually have to
Flash
leave.
Back.
We actually have to leave back some blockers just in case, right? Oh, that's even better.
You
all
leave
right,
back one Dreadlord Arcanist because we have one Brainstorm anyway, and no wait.
No,
They don't have a haste
They don't have
creature,
anything.
okay.
So
Just attack.
all right.
Yeah, that's okay. We have the one Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna win this. I'm really sure we're gonna win this.
I think so too. It's just I feel a little bit bad for my
This is
opponent.
insane.
Like this is honestly the most insane thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna put
Pyromancer Bolt. And we are lethal. Pyromancer and Bolt, and we are lethal.
Are we lethal already? No, we want to keep the boat, right?
We have a ponder. We ponder right away. No, I wanted to stay the ponder. We generate another token and make one more with Sprite Dragon.
Oh, I was just gonna lightning bolt them now. I guess it's similar.
Right, that also works.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking just kill them. Yeah.
No, just hold on.
Yeah, just hold on.
Okay, we can end of turn lightning bolt then.
Yeah.
Wait, how much damage did we do? 2, 4, 7, 9 damage.
Okay, they're lightning bolting us, so we're gonna be force negating, pitching.
Force of negation, pitch, brazen borer.
Brazen borer, yeah.
This is hilarious. This is fucking hilarious.
Okay, so force
and force of will, the force of negation, and we won. Sweet.
This is the most insane stack I've seen in
a while.
Sweet.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we won on 3 life.
I'm definitely gonna be fine. I'll definitely will be trying to get the replay up later. This is insane.
You're gonna send it to Julian or?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just tweet it and I can tag him and I'll send you the video too. That was pretty insane.
Nice.
Okay, so this is coming in. I think we still want the Blood Moon, Borer,
and the Brazen Borer.
And then we're basically going to be trying this again.
Exactly.
Is that it? Oh, that's it.
That's it. 6 for 6.
Oh, that was incredible. Yeah, it took us
That was a crazy game. And now we have to play a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Because we might play the 3rd game, you know.
Yeah.
But it was pretty insane that we won this.
I think we needed to spend a bit of time to think about those decisions, though, because like at any time, if we made the wrong choice, for example,
of course,
shuffle or not, I think we might have just lost. Yeah,
of course. I mean, I'm thinking about because we went on 3 and somehow we both didn't get it. We would have maybe fetched a little bit differently to maybe leave us on 4.
Yeah.
This is like the only thing we would have changed. So on 4 life, we would have been completely safe, but we went on 3 and we looked aggressively for all of our force effects. So that works as well.
It just.
But I felt like our opponent, but our opponent, like he didn't do well, I think.
Yeah.
He was missing clearly spells.
Okay, I think this is a keep. The question is what do we bottom? I think I might consider bottoming the Sprite Dragon or the True Name. What do you think? Maybe Wasteland even.
No. I think in that spot True Name is too slow.
Okay. We'll find you True Name later on in the game, maybe.
Yeah, I also think so.
I think this is really
because here in this spot I want instantly Wasteland to have the highest upside player. It doesn't matter what they do.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. So
that's
we're
fine.
just gonna wasteland just to test them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is like a philosophy question for so many people. Do you wasteland now? But I always snap the wasteland because right now the wasteland has percentage-wise the highest upside play
Yep.
because they didn't brainstorm, they didn't ponder.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't work out, we took our shot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it works out, we can win the game like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a braid.
Let's see if they play a second land. That's going to be interesting now.
No land.
You see? Okay, perfect.
Okay, so now we just pyroblast the Delver and go, right? Or do we... That's interesting. Do we ponder to find action, or we probably want to advance the board, right? I think it's more important than killing the Delver. So I think we go basic island, ponder.
No, kill the Delver.
Okay.
Play the basic mountain and kill the Delver.
Yeah. Yeah, we're okay there because we know they don't even.
Let's see if they... Okay.
Okay.
And then we have turn to basic island. We fetch into basic island and play the Sprite Dragon. Okay,
oh, interesting. So we're just gonna... Oh, do we leave up the spells?
Oh. No. Play the Volcanic Island and the Sprite Dragon. That's reasonable.
Yep.
Because we might run into Stifle now, so just play the Volk.
Mm-hmm. We know they have the Abrade, but that's okay. We're gonna start.
That's okay. They have 1 mana.
Yeah.
They only have the 1 land. They need to top deck another land now. Mm-hmm. And they clearly don't have Force of Will. They clearly don't have Days. They clearly don't have the second land. So
yeah,
we're in a pretty rough spot now. Like in terms of really good.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna F6 through this one. There's nothing we can respond to. Okay. Chain lightning, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
I'm still feeling good, especially if we can even get a follow-up wasteland. Like that'll be just seal the deal.
Yeah. I would just... Yeah, let's see what we draw.
Interesting. We might actually just go Scalding Tarn.
This is perfect.
Yeah, Pyro, right? Because we can leave
Scalding Tarn, fetch on... no, Scalding Tarn, fetch on basic island. Play Young Pyromancer on Ponder right away.
Okay.
I'm not scared of a top deck. I'm not scared of top deck land into Tarmogoyf, and we might find Days now or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Okay, so they pitch Days.
Okay, that's fine. I would Ponder now.
Yeah. I wonder if this is a shuffle. Yeah.
That's a shuffle.
Oh, welcome back, True Name.
Nice. That's our True Name. If they don't wasteland us now.
Yeah. It's actually a decent draw. So if we can draw a land next turn, that would be even nicer.
Sweet.
Okay. I think we actually play the Dreadhorde because that allows us to... Yeah?
Yes, and leave the basic island up, I would say.
Oh,
wait, just a sec. Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Don't we want True Name now instead of... Because if they don't have Pyroblast, we just won. And I think they don't have Pyroblast because they would have Pyroblasted... They would have Pyroblasted the Sprite Dragon.
Okay, so basically we're going for the high...
Just play... Yeah. Now it's the time. Just slam the True Name.
Okay.
There are not so many...
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We can jam again next turn.
Okay, they're chain lightning our Sprite Dragon, and okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they are aware of losing to True Name. That's fine. Yeah, you see, and now we couldn't
actually kind of worked out because we're still gonna jam. That's interesting. They're not even wastelanding us. I guess they want the mana, so we're gonna jam Dreadhorde this turn, right?
Yes, and leave the basic island up.
Okay.
Because then we have the spell snare for Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
If he goes into Oko, we have Pyroblast in the yard. If he exits...
Oh yeah, they have a braid. I forgot. So
yeah, spell snare it.
We spell snare.
Spell snare it. Yeah, totally.
Oh man, I for some reason I blanked on that, but it was still okay.
So worst case, they playing Oko now.
Mm.
Bold. Okay.
That
So
feels
they
even
have all
worse,
the
even though it
removal.
isn't. Yeah, we still have a cantrip to find stuff. So silver
Interesting.
library. Okay.
Library. Sure. Library is not good versus Delva because it costs you life and you're a tempo deck, but it
Mm-hmm.
can have the scry effect. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think we just basically draw into Delver and right? Draw into Delver. Basically Daze Lightning Bolt Delver, right? Because we the Daze is the worst right now. Or do we shuffle?
Yeah. No, it's better than finding a top deck land. We have to
Mm-hmm.
play a little bit faster though.
Yep.
Days, Bolt, Delva, play the Delva.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I think
probably
we
play the bulk. So
okay.
we can pay a random spell pierce, whatever.
Sure. I'm
I
gonna
don't know. And normally they bought it out, but
yeah. I'll attempt to play a little
no,
faster.
you
Just
never know.
when
Yeah.
I play faster, I tend to make more mistakes, but I guess it's just kind of the way it is. So
Yeah, of course, because you think less and such, but you know,
okay, please
see
play
the took
Tarmogoyf. Please
for
play Tarmogoyf. Please play Tarmogoyf and fetch.
now they're probably gonna play Oko now,
Yeah,
but we kill the Oko with our lightning bolt.
that's right.
Klotos would be the worst, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oko. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's not the end of the world. We can.
No, no, definitely not. They have one hand card. They have
They just tap for red and then made the food token. Why are they
yeah.
doing that?
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Do we actually
This is
want?
unfortunate.
Do we want to save our own Delver with Submerge?
Um, no, we can just use it for the elk.
Yeah, but
It's,
you understand, like if I replay it, maybe they're still
yeah, I know.
okay. I guess we just have to let
Yeah,
it
that's
go.
unfortunate. They're kind of like in the driver's seat now
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't draw so good.
Yep. I wonder if
But
we should
yeah,
just concede and just go to the game three. Maybe that's
I'm also think about this because we draw bolt and days.
days.
I
Yeah,
think just concede and play the other. I think we can concede.
yeah. Let's just go for one of these blowout games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
submit deck and
yeah.
let's go.
Let's go. We're finally on the play. Oh wait, no, we were on the play in game one, right?
We have always been. We have always been on the play.
Yeah, we're just very lucky today. I think after that game one, it doesn't to me. It doesn't even matter what happens in game three. I know I shouldn't say that, but it's just like that was epic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to
So
get the win.
interesting. They had basically all removal spells for all creatures we got,
Mm-hmm.
even the true name nemesis.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is pretty bad. I think.
yeah, mulligan it. It's too slow.
Oh man. Okay, we're going down to 5.
Unlucky, unlucky.
That's okay. Okay. So we're gonna
Sure.
let's see. What do we keep? I think Blood Moon might actually be bad. Actually, no. Blood Moon is still okay. Like we're gonna actually be able to
It's
get.
too. I feel like Blood Moon is too slow, isn't it?
Okay, so we're gonna remove Blood Moon, and then what else are we taking out? Pyroblast.
Pyroblast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Pyroblast.
less general. Okay.
Basic island, ponder, and see. We need to find gas. We have the wasteland as disruption.
Yep. I think we have to shuffle. No, we just take the brainstorm and draw into the land next turn.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to attempt to try and play a little faster. Okay, F6.
No, it's okay. Just press the the number 1, isn't it? On empty
Yeah,
ground,
yeah,
right?
but it's still a little bit faster.
Yeah,
Like every turn.
I guess.
Yeah. The only problem sometimes is muscle memory. Like
I
you
mean, we
might,
have 5 minutes. 5 minutes is enough for that
yeah.
matchup.
Okay, I think we just wasteland them,
Mm,
right?
sure. Wasteland and say go. And then
Uh,
we have a fat brainstorm.
I think we can actually brainstorm this turn.
No. We know one of the top cards. It's not good enough. We don't have to shuffle.
Okay.
We might think about it end of turn, but right now I don't like brainstorming. You can brainstorm now. Okay, doesn't matter. Brainstorm now with the
With the Tarn.
Scalding Tarn. Yeah. It needs to resolve somehow.
Okay. We gotta keep the island. I think Days is still good.
I would say submerge and brainstorm.
Okay. And then we just play a land, so let's
You
pass.
have we had
no.
the Scalding Tarn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just pass turn, and in the upkeep, submerges on top, so we can decide if they play.
This is their end step. I think. Do we Days it? No.
No, that's fine.
Okay, I might have put it back in the wrong
Because
order.
if they're gonna play a turn to Tamogorf now, we can actually draw the submerge.
Right.
And then ponder. Because submerge on top.
I think I put submerge on top on the bottom by accident.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
No, you clicked on brainstorm.
Oh
and
no,
submerge,
what did I do? Okay. Oh no, never mind. I was, yeah.
Everything's fine, I think.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Please play Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, we can daze Tamogorf as well. We can daze any threat.
I'm gonna
daze
daze
I would
this.
daze that, yeah. Yeah, sure. And in upkeep, you fetch on basic mountain.
Oh, I see. So we don't even want those cards now because, yeah.
Probably not. We need to generate tempo. We need to find threats. Submerge and brainstorm are both no threats. Okay, they're forcing, sure. Because we're like on 4 minutes and somehow we need to end the game. So, you know. Yeah, just ponder.
Okay, these are all good. So,
yeah. Take the
it doesn't matter because we can't play this turn.
Ponder and Pyromancer. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we already played a land.
That's what I mean. I think game one, our opponent drew actually not so good. While right now in game 2 and 3, you see that we were kind of ahead at the beginning, but still the cards are better of our opponents because of Goyf and Mandrills and, you know.
Oko, yeah.
Yeah. So play Young Pyromancer.
We actually have to play. What are we doing after that?
No, play the basic island, play Young Pyromancer and Ponder.
Ponder, yeah. I was just making sure because we're not bolting.
We couldn't anyway, because we don't have double red. Okay, with the Bloodstain Maya, but
right.
No.
That was the only consideration.
Pyroblast, okay. Lightning Bolt, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, this is shuffle.
Shuffle.
Okay, that wasn't terrible. We have to get some other stuff though.
Days would have been obviously better before, like instead of the Bloodstain Mire, but you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like now they're definitely, maybe they tap out for an Oko, then we still have a chance, but it's very hard.
They're kind of on 10 life though.
Yeah, they had one turn where they drew a lot of cards, so.
We can decide whether to block and kill the Mandrills or maybe try to raise. Let's see what's happening.
I think given the clock, I think we actually have to try and race, right?
Probably.
Oh, this is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, not within lands.
Okay. Well, we're gonna offer the trade.
Now you actually have to stay back. No.
Okay.
Now you have to stay back. Otherwise, we lost for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then block the mandrills and before damage.
Yep.
Is it before damage or after damage? Probably after, because if
Probably
you would
after,
both the
right?
light
Yeah, I want to trade first.
after. Force of will.
Oh, force
Okay.
of will. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think that's.
Yeah, I mean we can play it until the end. It's no matter to concede, but that's
Sure.
not looking good. But I mean, we were mulligan on 5, you know. It's
Yeah.
like
It was a mulligan on
happens.
5, and it wasn't incredible. In hindsight,
Yeah.
maybe gambling on jamming the Blood Moon, but it's still difficult.
I mean, the point is, with a mulligan of 5 and a wasteland, you have to find so many cards to resolve a Blood Moon on turn 3. I think this is not the plan on the play.
Yeah.
I have to say. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's it would have been way too slow.
Mm-hmm. Blood Moon is
Because
kind
then
of
you
like
should have.
Yeah, you have to get set up a little bit, and it's not one of
And
the cards.
end of turn.
Yeah.
Not now. End of turn. I would lightning bolt and okay.
Yeah. In response to this.
In response. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay. I guess we just fetch, right? Just gotta go a little deeper.
Probably, yeah.
Huh. I think we just.
Say the Bloodstained Maya.
Oh, I see. We're gonna do both effects. So.
Yeah, exactly. And say go.
Oh, we're actually gonna say go.
No. Yeah.
But they have a force of will, so they can definitely draw into another card that allows them to force it, right? They might not have.
They have the card anyway. They're playing with a Sylvan library.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it's
we
so
could do
unlikely they don't have to pitch back.
You think so? Okay. All right.
Because I would bounce the elk and then hard cast the brazen boar or something like this to block the delver.
That's fair.
I mean, they had 3 cards. They revealed Force of Will. They have the pitch card anyway. Force of Will comes for 0, so it's very, very unlikely that we're gonna win. But this would be like the best possible sequence. Exactly. So in the attack step.
Yeah, let's wait for the attack.
Exactly. And just bounce the elk token. And if they force it, we lost.
Yeah. Pyroblast.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Now you can concede. But write GG crazy games. Because those were crazy games actually. They were actually really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a sweat. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like game 1 they drew pretty below average, and game 2 they drew better than we did, and
yeah. Exactly. And game 3 we were on mulligan on 5.
That was part of my drawing better.
Yeah, true. But I mean, imagine if we had now game 3, one more threat, and we were mulligan on 7 and could defend it like with 1 daze or something, or utilizing a daze better. We would have been in good spot, I think. Because then, if we had a clock, their Sylvan library is practically negated. They only have a scry.
Right.
And we would have been pretty much in the driver's seat. But without the clock, their library can just draw cards, and the life is not a big resource anymore because we don't have a clock. And at that point, we basically lost, I'd say.
It's an interesting synchronized dance because like there were certain points in the match where I think Sylvan Library would have worked out very badly for them. Like you said, it would have just been like a top every turn, you know. It just happened that their cards lined up well with ours at the different phases of the game.
Yeah, I think Sylvan Library is not a card designed for mirrors because you need to pay so much life. But on the other hand, if you have advantage on the board, Library can just completely wreck your opponent, by just having scry and drawing extra cards. So it's a little bit, it's as you said, it's going both sides. It can go completely nuts, and it can be just like a failure because your opponent's having a clock and it's like you only get card selection but not card advantage.
Yeah, like in the worst case, it becomes a 2-mana Miri's Guile. If you know that card, like Miri's Guile is like a one
I know
green.
it. Yeah.
It's one of those cards that's like you can either think of it as like high floor, low floor, high ceiling card like Stifle, or you can also think of it as like even almost like a win more because it only helps you if you already have an advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, if I had to choose between Grixis Delver and Rug Delver, I would always choose Grixis Delver. It's more of my playstyle. And I'm much more of a fan of Painful Truth. I think this card is so much. I'm not saying it's better than Library. I think this would be like in discussion for itself. What's better, Library or Painful Truth? But what I like about Painful Truth is that it just gives you these 3 cards, what Delver wants, and then you refill your hand and you can play by your hand. Rather than Library, you always have to decide for life or not for life, and then you only get the scry. It's kind of, I'm not sure. What do you think? Sylvan Library or Painful Truth?
Painful Truth is incredible. Like, that's the best card against Snow. Especially after I learned from HJ Gothic and started playing it more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still have difficulty beating Snow with Rug Delver, but
keep.
Even that's a keep, right? Yeah. But when it comes to like Grixis, I know exactly what I need to do. Like, I've won so many games versus Snow Control on like 2 life, 3 life. It's just an incredible card. Yeah.
Yeah. So just here, do you want to fetch on Volk or Basic Island?
It's probably Basic Island, right? Like
I would say Volcanic, simply because we don't have the cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot look for another land yet, so the Volk is more safe.
Yeah.
If we had a Ponder instead of a Brazen Borer, I would go for Basic Island because the Ponders is very likely to find us a second land.
That's true.
Like, there's some sort of the details to know about
Mm-hmm.
Blue-Red Delver when having hands and such.
I was thinking of Basic Island just to be more conservative and play around Wasteland. Okay, this is interesting. Do we actually want to force this?
No.
Okay.
Days, yes. Force, no.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The answer no is not like 100% no. It's just the force is way too good to be thrown away for an Astrolabe now.
Okay, so
while Days would be an easy call.
Do we brainstorm or just play the second Delver? Go.
No, play the second Delver. Wasteland, Delver.
We just need pressure.
Yeah, you can play the Wasteland and just attack, and let's go.
Yeah, just in case they have Gut Shot or some crazy thing. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm recalling our previous league. That was a crazy deck.
Right. Arclight. No, it wasn't Arclight. It was Gut Shot with Shadow and Stormwing Entity. Crazy
Stormwing
deck.
Entity, yeah. Stormwing might actually be better than Arclight Phoenix. Okay, that was a no shuffle.
Yeah, I think so, yes. I think so.
Okay, I don't think we're going to brainstorm flip. We're just going to...
No.
Oh, that's great. Force Will.
Nice.
All right. If they don't have Dead of Winter... Oh, game's ended. All right.
Sweet.
That's one way to beat
That was kind of a...
Yeah.
Okay. So, just a couple of thoughts about Snow. Or you start.
Oh, no.
You can start.
Please
go
ahead.
What do you think?
Please go ahead.
Okay, what I wanted to say is that against Snow, it's always the most difficult part to decide is if Wasteland is going to be good or not. And it highly depends how the Snow deck is built. It's basically like against some Snow matches, against some Snow builds, they still have a lot of dual lands, so you can Wasteland. Against others, the way they build, they're completely useless.
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have information right now, so it's extremely difficult to sideboard,
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
I
Because
like keeping
depending on what you saw,
I
it's
like saying I like keeping some amount just to keep them honest, and also just so that we have a little bit more
Mhm.
mana. I don't like cutting wastelands entirely, because I feel like snow decks often get a little bit too aggressive, and we do want to punish them if they do decide to fetch for duels more aggressively. So that's one thing I would say. But it's a
Oh,
personal
I
style
agree.
thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I
Um.
think leaving two is very reasonable.
Mm-hmm. We want
The
to do a little.
electrical is completely dead.
Is it? I mean, it kills their Ice Fang Coatls, and yeah, it does that, right?
I think it's
Yeah,
very
it's
bad.
very unlikely you get 2 for
Uh,
1, right? Okay. So I can see
yeah,
us bringing in like Pyroblast, maybe Flusterstorm.
true.
Uh,
Yes, in this matchup, Flusterstorm is really good now to
Submerge,
counter Veil of
Submerge
Summer in
probably
addition.
not, because you don't really want to bounce, like you can bounce Euro, but
No.
you don't really want that to be the case. Like
Yeah, you
bouncing
have
Coatl is bad.
Pyroblast for Euro.
Yeah.
I think Submerge is not good. I really like Surgical Distraction for Euro and their removal spells. That's
Okay.
like really important.
So the question is what we're gonna
And
cut. So we're gonna cut probably Force Negation. Sorry, we got 45 seconds, so we're probably gonna cut.
also, when you're playing against control decks, you
Yeah.
don't need Lightning Bolts and Chain Lightnings for removal spells. So you immediately cut 2 Lightning Bolts and 1 more Lightning Bolt. I mean, 2 Chain Lightnings and 1 more Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
We
So
have 2
maybe
Wastelands, and
like
that
this.
sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I
maybe
would even cut 1 more Bolt and leave the Force of Negation in.
okay. Sure. Force Negation.
This is kind of preference, but
Oh,
I
did
don't
I do
think
this
Lightning
wrong?
Bolt is,
Okay. That's
yeah.
interesting because I would have
I like,
so you're expecting Pyroblast to do all the work against the Coatls, and basically you have to land like Arcanist and Snowball, and that's the way,
I
right?
mean, this is, yeah, that's a keep. This is one reason for me, first of all, to play Young Pyromancer, to go around
Oh, I didn't even notice they
Iceland
were
Codal.
I didn't even notice they were Yorian. Did they just announce that?
I
Jeez.
didn't, I think they just announced it now.
Yeah,
I didn't notice either.
that's right.
Yeah. But what I mean is that we play Spell Snare and Young Pyromancer threats which go beyond Iceland Codal.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I think Pyroblast and Bolt enough.
I think we still want
Turn
to
one
fetch. We still want to fetch a island, right?
No, Volcanic.
Okay. See, like there might be some equity later if they do like back to basics or some stuff,
Yeah,
but
that's why but I would choose the turn 2 island then from the Misty.
okay,
But turn 1, I start with Volcanic.
okay.
Because if they're digging right now for back to basic and we reveal
Yeah.
an basic islands, they're gonna be bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's expected. We're gonna have to one for one trade and hopefully get like some advantage.
Um.
Oh, so that's interesting because now we can actually wasteland them if we wanted to instead of playing Young
Mhm.
Pyromancer.
I'm thinking. So wastelanding doesn't do any tempo, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to disrupt them rather now than 3 turns later when they're developed anyway. On the other hand, if they don't have a second Swords to Plowshares, playing Young Pyromancer now, we are safe of Snapcaster into Swords with a Daze. And then wastelanding is pretty much a dead end.
I think we could wasteland next turn. We could because we can daze whatever they want to play next turn, like a 3-drop. Like we don't really care if they play like a 2-drop is not nothing. No 2-drop is really gonna hurt us next turn, right? Unless they play like Sylvan Library, then we can daze it if we wasteland. But I like developing our board. Yeah, I don't know.
I would rather lean into Wasteland just because I think the disruption right now is so good. And we have the Ponder or the Spell Snare anyway. And if the disruption comes early, the better the Pyromancer will become.
So we're just gonna wasteland and pass. Just leave up Spell Snare, right?
I would Wasteland and Ponder.
Okay, so do we ponder first, just so they don't see wasteland?
Um, Yeah, you
'Cause
can ponder. That's true. Yeah. Okay.
they might. It's a good bait, right? They might want to do something here.
Yeah, true. I mean, ponder now and then wasteland.
Yeah. I think these cards are all good. I think having the Pyroblast is really good.
Wait, just a second.
Mhm.
I don't see the stream anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, I see the stream.
You
Okay,
see it?
just a
Okay.
second. Okay, now. This is all reasonable. So let's take Pyromancer and Pyroblast. And
Yeah.
Preordain is the last card, so
Okay.
we can shuffle Preordain.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and just wasteland them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little bit like in conservative play, maybe. But what I mean is that if our disruption is, I think, right now better than 2 turns later,
Mm-hmm.
and we're defending ourselves from an opponent, Teferi, Time Reveler, or something. So I feel like if the window is there, just wasteland.
Okay,
them.
so we're gonna Volk and we're gonna play the Tapo for Pyromancer this turn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Do we get Island?
I would go for basic island. Yeah.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned, this back to basic wouldn't worry me a little bit because they didn't see the basics first, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of value from Young Pyromancer. If they tap out, let's see.
Can you restart the stream? It's like really laggy
Sure.
right now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, let me try again. I am resharing, so let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, it's probably a little bit of connection issues. Oh, no, it's better. Okay.
Abundant growth. Okay. I guess we're not dazing this.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they can play around it. Is this turning into Enchantress? I hope not.
No, I don't think so.
Please
Okay.
tap out. Okay,
I think
Stoneforge.
I
Wow.
okay, that.
Yeah, we're gonna daze that.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're gonna
Stone Shot Music.
yeah. Incredible.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
the game.
okay.
Oh, they conceded. All right.
Huh? So we won 2-0 now?
Yeah, yeah. I would have liked to play that out a little bit more, but maybe they were just playing a meme deck and they wanted to.
I mean, before queuing.
Oh,
like
yeah. I can. Actually, I don't have to. I can just stop the queue. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
No,
no,
just
go
saying
ahead.
like, because I feel like a deck with Stonefrog Mystic, like we dazed it now. I mean, okay, maybe he had only lands in hand or something, but like that was way too fast of a concede, I think.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there was maybe a little bit of room where our opponent could have done something.
Yeah.
Because game 1 it was like double Delver, he concedes. Now we play like the Pyromancer and he concedes.
I think
as
our
well.
opponent might have just been trying to meme or like trying to create some fun board states. Like maybe they just wanted to have it play out in some way, and if it didn't, like maybe it wasn't about winning for them.
Maybe yeah, maybe it's just about maybe he played against so many Rock Delver builds.
Yeah.
He just thought, okay, the last
like
Delver,
the
no,
fifth
I'm not
Delver
in the
match
mood
of the
for
night.
Delver.
Yeah, forget this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that I'm a Delver player myself, but I can sometimes rely, like I can sometimes feel my opponents by saying, "Oh, I lost to Delver again," because Delver is such an. What do you think about this? I think Delver is such an I have everything or I have nothing deck. It's like if your cards are perfect, it's unbeatable. It beats every deck in Legacy. There's no deck which can beat Delver.
Yeah.
While when having not the good draws, you sometimes don't even play a good deck. You cannot answer an X4 creature,
Yep.
or like you cannot answer proper, like whatever cards, like normal cards. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean. Like, it's a deck that beats everything and also loses to anything. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah. And it loses so many times to itself. For example, in that situation, days is good, but days comes from the top. Now you need force, but you don't have force over it comes from the top.
Oh my gosh,
Like
this is my friend in China. I know him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be fun.
Quotation marks. Good luck. Have fun. Well, I'm on the. He plays a ton of decks, so I don't know what he's on. But I think this is a keep.
Yeah, of course. All right, that's gonna be fun.
All right, so I think we go basic island.
2-1, right?
Basic island ponder, right?
We on the play?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Polluted delta, ponder.
I'm just joking with him. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were playing a weekly because they have paper events are also around in Shanghai right now, and
okay.
Yeah, I was playing Turbo Depths and I lost to his snow control, but it was pretty close. He was playing like snow control with this is a shuffle. I actually don't know what he's on.
Yes. That's a shuffle.
Yeah,
we need to find the
we need threats, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Those are like clear decisions. Like you have daces and cantrips, so you need threats.
Yeah.
Basically, like
we talked about having 14 threats. Oh, what is this? Maverick or some crap?
Yeah, true. Could also be infect.
Oh yeah.
We should play infect.
Okay, so I think we lead off with we still lead off with ponder, no? Or we maybe brainstorm because we want to probably shuffle away at days, right? I have no idea.
Probably ponder.
Okay.
Just ponder. That's fine. Brainstorm gets better later.
Okay, we're keeping these. I think we just try to. We're not shuffling this turn. I don't think. We're definitely taking the Dreadhorde first, and then we can decide if we want to keep the Delver or not. Right? What do you think?
I mean, just take Delver and Dreadhorde, and once you fetch with a Volcanic, you play the Wasteland then, and you play both cards in the same turn and have double days backup. That sounds reasonable,
so
right?
what am I drawing this turn? The Delver, and then
the
basically...
Delver. Okay. Yeah. Mountain, Dreadhorde, Delver. You draw the Delver. And we're fetching away the basic mountain.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna pass because we want we want the Arcanist.
Oh, exactly. And once we play the Wasteland, we can play Delver and Dreadhorde in the same turn, and we fetch for Volk for double days backup. This would be my idea.
Mm-hmm.
Tropical.
Storm? Dark Confidant. Okay, I think we actually have to daze this, right?
Yes.
It's not great, but we don't have removal right now. We could actually we could think about like wastelanding them too. Like this looks like what the heck is this? Like Loam or Turbo Depths?
I don't know. It's some kind of brew.
Yeah. Okay, what do we do here?
Let's see. I mean, we don't know what we're up against, and we have the days. So I would rather lean into Wasteland, Delver days than try to Dreadhorde Arcanist and lose to a turn 3.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So we're fetching.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, we're still fetching Mountain, right?
What are we? What?
Oh no, we
have to play the Delver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fetch Volk.
No, we should. If we're gonna wasteland, we should wasteland first, right? Because they might have a day. So let's wasteland.
No, that's why. No. You play the wasteland and you don't waste. Then you play the Delver, and then after Delver resolves, you wasteland. This is always.
We're gonna play Delver right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because if they daze, you can pay with your wasteland. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Like the sequence is always play Wasteland, play Delver resolves, then waste.
Oh, I saw this wrong. I thought only one of them was an island. That's my bad. Yeah.
I see.
Okay, so now we're gonna waste. Which one do we waste? That's the thing. Probably
I have no
tropical.
idea. I
Okay.
would have said underground sea.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
I don't know. Choose what you want.
Yeah.
That's your call.
Yeah.
Okay, tropical. I don't know. We see that confident.
I
would
fear
go
the
for
Oko.
youth.
Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, true. Maybe tropical focal. We don't know. That's
Yeah.
just a random.
How can they hurt us with underground sea? Come on. Just
What
kidding.
kind of time do we live in if we are wasting a tropical instead of an underground sea in
Okay,
Legacy?
oh my gosh, what is this? That's fine, actually. We can just start rebuying stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, that's a good card.
Come on, Delva flips.
Yeah.
Force of will.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's attack first.
Attack with the Delva first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in case they're a bad player, they want to fatal push us. And then we're gonna tap out, right?
Exactly. Yeah. What a call from you. They have Bujuka Bog and we cut them off green. What a call. Because I would have probably wasted the underground. So I have more respect for a blue-black.
No, I respect the Oko.
Okay. I feel you.
I wonder if they also fetch thinking that we're on a different deck. No, I think they should know that we're on. Oh, what is this deck? I'm still trying to figure it out.
What?
Strix. Do we actually force a will this?
No, we have double brainstorm. That's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna find a lightning bolt in 4 cards.
It's like 2 for 2, so I could see a case for that, you know.
Yeah, but I think I have the feeling that Force of Will be better in the matchup for other cards, and I trust my deck that we find lightning bolts.
As we said. Okay, well, we can still shuffle back Wasteland and Daze and then fetch again, right? Do you agree with that, or do we just try to cut them off somehow?
So you want to...
We can put back Wasteland and Daze and shuffle it away to try and get removal, or we just keep the Wasteland and try to be more patient and still use the Wasteland. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah. I think we do want to go. We do want to see like 3 fresh new cards.
I think because in my opinion, if we are digging for the bolt, now we can also fetch away Dreadhorde Arcanist, and I like Wastelanding with his mana because we can cut him off blue.
Okay.
And with the Wasteland, Daze also gets stronger, and we don't need Force of Will anymore.
Okay, so we're putting back Dreadhorde.
But it's
Oh no, I think that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable. So it's just tough deciding whether to put back what other card to put back, because I do want to fetch this turn. So maybe we could even consider putting back a Brainstorm, like, because we kind of want.
Yes, my idea would have been take away 1 Brainstorm and 1 Force of Will and keeping Dreadhorde and Brainstorm. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dreadhorde and Brainstorm and keeping Daze, Wasteland, Force, Brainstorm.
Yeah. So now we fetch again, right? Or.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna fetch. Okay.
Oh, basic mountain.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all right. So now we're just gonna Brainstorm again, right?
Exactly. No. You have to Brainstorm in the yacht.
Oh yeah. I was getting. Oh man. Oh. Okay, I was getting a little greedy. I'm definitely gonna be Wastelanding next turn. So.
Okay, then put away Volk and.
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah. Okay. Do I still attack this turn?
You should have. Yes. Of course.
Okay.
The Brainstorm in the yard would have been better, but it doesn't matter. Because my thought process is they need to block Dreadhorde Arcanist, and even if they block it, we have Delver, Wasteland, Daze, and Ethereal Forager. So Volk and Wasteland.
Yeah,
we draw the Wasteland.
Again.
Because they will block Dreadhorde Arcanist, and they will lose to Delver, Wasteland, Daze, and Forager. That was my thought process. I mean, I didn't know the Forager, but Delver, Wasteland, Daze is already good enough. Even if they block if they block Desert Arcanist. And if they block Delver instead of Arcanist, we are drawing cards.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, this is why I wanted to shuffle away the second Dreadfort.
I think, do we actually try to force this now? Because we can potentially start buying it back, right?
Force, pitch, brainstorm.
Okay. I like that because we already have a
We have the
brainstorm we can
preordain for shuffle, and we have a brainstorm. Brainstorm comes with Ethereal Forager back, and we're gonna wasteland the UC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I saw wasteland.
Maze of Eve. Yes, definitely. This is a super nice brew.
Yeah.
That looks like I think now. So wasteland the Maze of Eve. So I guess we're up to 4-color alone with Baleful Strix.
Yeah.
He's playing 4-color alone with Baleful Strix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now attack with the Delver.
And we're gonna play the
Ethereal Forager.
And that's it.
Yeah. And you delve, brainstorm, force, and the rest doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And you immediately get away. You immediately take once a forager resolves the force of will.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like super safe. There's like not a lot our opponent can do.
Right, they have a window. They have one window.
Yeah, and this is right now, I think.
It's kind of nice because even Maze of Ith doesn't stop the forager from getting the card back, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever it attacks, yeah, it just triggers.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, they're really hard up on the mana.
And this is like also like Ethereal Forager. Look how strong it is now by getting back our force instead of just random cantripping.
Mm-hmm.
I think Forager is so good as our 5th Arcanist.
Yeah, we're gonna get
so
back.
click on Forager.
Yeah, we're gonna get back.
You have to click on the. But you have to click on the.
Oh no, it's already there because yeah, we're good. So
okay. Sorry. Damn Force of Will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
then we're gonna
in the main phase, I might preordain now because the days is not gonna be good anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna preordain again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are good cards. So I think we actually top both, and then we can just get back Brazen Borrower and play Volcanic Pass. Right? Because we can force no anything.
Brazen Borrower on top and draw the Force of Negation.
Okay.
So you have days and force.
Oh, I see. In case they tap out.
Yeah, and draw the play the Volk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in a decent. I mean, yeah, there are 4 life, so.
So first I'm playing Ethereal Forager, like the both of us. I mean.
I know. Yeah.
Feels really good.
Hasn't come up in a while. Like when it's good, it's good. Sometimes it is pretty average, but like if you're not playing against a Pyroblast deck, it feels really good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like it has its weaknesses, but it's definitely so good. I would say in the right matchups.
Yeah.
It's such a bonkers card.
Decay. Sure. I mean, I can't stop that.
No.
But thankfully, this one cannot be decayed.
Yeah, that's also something. Ethereal Forager dodges Abrupt Decay and Fatal Push. This is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, post combat, I think we might actually brainstorm here, right?
Mm-hmm. You can brainstorm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's just kill them.
Sweet. Yeah. Brazen Borrower and Misty Rainforest.
Okay, I think we just kill them now.
Exactly. Sweet.
All right, so now the question is
4-color loam.
4-color loam. So they're still playing. Are they playing blue cards? They are because of the tropical island.
They are.
So potentially this will come in. I think Yeah, Forager and True Name are very good in this matchup. I actually kind of like
Mhm.
Negation because there are times where they might have like Life from the Loam. You want to actually exile it. Borrower is actually decent too. Blood Moon could be decent. I'm just putting in cards that I think might be decent. Like they might play Chalice. So a Braids might also be
I
okay,
definitely think
and it
that.
kills Dark
Yeah,
Confidant. So
yeah,
the thing is, there's so many cards that we could potentially bring in. So how are you feeling about this?
yes. So four-color loam is basically one of the hardest matchups to decide what to board, how to approach the matchup, especially on the draw, because they can four-color loam is all about builds to have a good field and a good matchup against fair blue decks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you definitely the most important cards are upgrade and surgical extraction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, to upgrade for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon for sure. And since they play Oko, you also want at least 2 Pyroblasts.
Right. So these five are like for sure.
Yeah. Then the next call is I like Submerge in that matchup for Knight of the Reliquary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I actually I
Um,
wouldn't mind like maybe just keeping 3 bolts because you got a Braid and Lightning Bolt for Dark Confidant. That's like 5 cards.
yeah, so with surgical extraction used to be so important when they were on Punishing Fire, but since they cut it, because Punishing
They
Fire
have
is not
Euro
good
now.
against
That's the thing,
open
right?
opens.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they're playing
exactly.
Euro. So I
I
could
think the
yeah.
Brazen Borer is good and 1 surgical extraction. So
Uh,
this leads us to 7 cards.
I see. So we're gonna bring in these cards, and then we're gonna take out
Mhm.
these cards. So we still need to take out 5 cards.
Mhm. I like to take out Spell Snare and 2 Days on the draw.
Yeah, and then we gotta
And
cut 2
I
more.
also like to take on 2 Preordain because they're on Chalice, and Preordain is just not great,
Right.
having so many
You
cantrips
can't
and
just
walking into Chalice.
you can't just dirtle. You have to actually have answers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can Dirtle if you don't fight against Chalice, but if
Yeah.
Chalice is negating
Yeah.
every card
I,
you
I
have,
like I
it's
like the
like,
6 counter spells because essentially we need to like answer whatever they have as a turn 1 play. Like pretty much. Okay,
oh,
as
definitely.
right as I said that, I don't think this is actually keepable.
No, it is. We have a. Oh, okay.
You
That's
know,
your
I
point.
think we need that turn 0 interaction. That's especially because we have no red here. So
Um,
I think we have to
I mean,
mulligan
this is
this.
so. This is such a good hand if we get to draw another land from the top.
They just
So
mulligan
it's
to
basically
6.
like this.
Yeah.
I, we have a ponder to find a land. So worst case scenario, they challenge us turn 1 and we don't find a land. Because we also have the upgrade, we have a Pyromancer, we have the Blood Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is actually a good hand. If we get to draw a land, I would keep it, especially if they're on mulligan.
I feel it's a little risky, but we could try it out. Yeah.
I would
Because
also say so. I would take the risk.
okay.
I would take the risk for sure.
Because there's some yeah. If it doesn't, yeah, I'm just concerned about the turn 1 chalice.
Yeah, I know.
Leyline. That's
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
That's actually fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually fine because
No, that's not a
we
problem,
actually have a
especially
lot of
not with 2
we have a
bowlers.
lot of cards in our main deck that don't rely on the graveyard in terms of creatures. This is actually one of the
Yeah.
advantages. Like sometimes you play Rug Delver and you find that like all your threats except for Oko and Delver are like neutered. So
Yeah, totally.
okay, so we're gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna ponder.
Ponder. You see, and even if they,
Oh, we do find the Force of Will, so that's great. So actually, we're gonna put things back in this order, right? Because we want to guard against whatever they play. Yeah.
yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
And now, since we have our red source, we also let Chalice resolve because we have upgrade in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because that's what I meant, like we only need a land, and because of the upgrade, I think that hand was pretty keepable in my opinion.
Yeah.
If we're so unlucky and they chalice us, we cannot cantrip, and we don't find a land, so be it, that's legacy.
Right. So this is interesting. I think we do just play Volcanic and Ponder again. Or
And
actually, no,
Pyromancer.
we play
No,
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good because if they actually do something crazy, like try to like, expose themselves with Abrupt Decay, we may actually land the Blood Moon and just win the game, but we'll see.
Exactly. I feel like this is not what they're gonna do, but let's see. Or maybe?
Swords to Plowshares?
I mean, Dried Arbor is pretty good versus Pyromancer also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swords to Plowshares also. Let's see.
Yeah. This is a very interesting deck that they're playing.
I think in general, 4-color loam is the deck. If 4-color loam is drawing the better half of their side, of their deck, the matchup is very bad.
Oh, they are going for the
If we are on the
Decay.
play, yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's like what we said. Like they basically have to expose themselves mana wise.
Exactly. But yeah, 4-color loam is a matchup. They really have the better cards and they're built to beat Delver. But sometimes, like,
I think we actually have to force will this because they can waste us off the volcanic, right?
Oh, isn't there another volcanic on the top?
No, there was a wasteland.
Oh, a wasteland.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Then force pitch forager, I guess. Yeah. The volcanic is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, we're gonna ponder into it.
That's fine, yeah.
We're gonna Yeah,
they're thinking about it. That's interesting. So they're not wastelanding us?
Maybe in the upkeep?
No. Okay. So that's the question now: is do we just
play wasteland slam Blood Moon?
Just
wasteland slam Blood Moon. Okay. As long as you have priority. Yeah. And we probably won the game.
All right.
Yeah, I think we won now. I don't know why they didn't wasteland us, but maybe they really needed the mana. And now they don't even, because if they are not tapped, they in response take mana in pool and Abrupt Decay the Blood Moon. But now, since they gave us priority in the main phase, just land the Blood Moon and we won, I think. Yeah. Is there anything they could do?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Double Mox and such? Yeah, that doesn't matter. Because we have the basic island, that's completely irrelevant.
Yep.
And now we just gotta ponder and find a threat and we win. Okay, they have the basic forest. That's a start.
I think we just play the Delver.
Nice. Play the Delver and play the Wasteland for upgrade.
Play the mountain, yeah. Oh yeah, we actually have a braid mana. That's nice.
Yeah. So we can deal right away with Chalice now or something. That was really lucky that we didn't get wastelanded.
Right.
There's another mountain. 4.
Wow, that's scary. Sure.
Yeah.
Is it Leovold?
So that's a Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary,
yeah,
I think.
Of course, yeah. Unfortunately, it's too big. Yeah.
But we have, yeah, but that doesn't matter. We have Submerge and. I'm not sure. Can he activate Knight of the Reliquary through Blood Moon?
No,
because super types are basically
a forest or plains.
And those are mountains now.
Oh, they can sacrifice this one if they wanted to.
Yeah, that one they can sacrifice. Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I have to reveal Pyroblast. As
Sweet.
Bad as it is.
I would ponder now.
Interesting. It's interesting because a young Pyromancer could actually generate stuff just by, like, I don't know if it's enough though. The problem is the other 2 draws are completely dead. So do you think it's a shuffle? You can get value from these cards. Like you could wait 2 turns and then Force will be online. Like you could just play young Pyromancer.
My idea is that they can raise us with the Knight of the Reliquary if we stone block them with young Pyromancer tokens it's
Hmm.
GG, right?
Yeah.
Am I
So
wrong?
no, you're right. So just keep Young Pyromancer, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
We fly with our Delva over, and we
Mm-hmm.
just generate tokens with Young Pyromancer.
Yeah. I mean, they
I
could
feel like
get
that's like
right. Anything they get is a mountain. So they're just getting like they would just be getting.
exactly.
They would have to like naturally. I mean, they could naturally draw. They could naturally draw like another basic land and then abrupt decay, but it's very unlikely given that they don't have any
Very unlikely.
manipulation. Like
Yeah,
they'd have to get like a Sylvan
very
Library or
unlikely.
something. Yeah.
And I think he gets this one attack, and we race him. And this is why Pyroblast is so good with Young Pyromancer. You can target anything, and you generate a token. And
Yeah.
what's he gonna do?
Yeah. He's thinking about it. I mean,
Yeah,
it might make sense for him to just start attacking because I don't know if there's anything else
he
that's
has to. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
I mean, his spot is pretty rough, I'd say. But
it's also interesting that like he chose to get Green Sun on 3, chose to get Knight. Like really, Knight doesn't do a lot, so it makes me think that he doesn't have
no,
like
it's
the best one.
it's
Maybe
the
I
correct
guess
play because it's the only one which is not boltable. You know what I mean? You
that's true.
cannot lose to another lightning bolt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, just attack with the Delver.
Yeah.
No, I think it was correct to get Knight of the Reliquary. It's just that
It's just that
Bloodman just kills him. Like, there's nothing he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Right. Like they could do it just to thin the deck. I mean, that's also just like a consideration. But
No, but the thing is, basic forest is way too good to
mm-hmm.
be thrown away.
Exactly, it's their only basic forest.
Yeah.
Like, what else do they have? Basic swamp, really? I mean, they're not going to be running basic islands, and it doesn't help because
I have no
the only way they can get
no
back to
basic
it is
island,
abrupt decay.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, basic swamp maybe. Basic plains maybe. I don't know. It depends on the build though.
Yeah. The interesting decision. Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
the interesting decision would have been like, do we just fire off the pyroblast on their turn, just like if there's no targets, just to start? No.
No,
All right. You
no,
don't do it
because
unless you start attacking. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If he starts attacking, we take. Let me go to the toilet real quick,
Oh,
and
sure.
then we
Yeah.
play our
Yeah.
last.
Sure.
But I mean, what I wanted to say is, if he started attacking, you just take it and attack back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna raise him anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no need to do anything except for, like, in a weird way, like the Knight of the Reliquary was just growing
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and then you started generating tokens and just stone block the Knight for the rest of the game.
Yeah, sure. I'll wait for you.
Since
Well, yeah,
yeah.
please go, and then we'll talk when we get back. Yeah.
Nice. 1 minute.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So shall we try to jump into the next match?
Yes, yes. So let's win the last one and we have a 4-1 standing.
That's right.
I think that sounds nice.
Yeah, it's we've been really fortunate. The matches we won have been 2-0. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean the match where our opponent conceded, like
Yeah.
after turn 3 all the time. I don't count that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah. Well,
sometimes you gotta be like.
I'll still take it though.
I mean, I have to say, for example, when I won Cardmarket Series Frankfurt, this was also with Blue Red Delver in a Ren and 6 area.
Yeah, that's super
like,
impressive. Yeah.
Needed.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I have to say, I was a little bit lucky that I actually only faced 2 or 3 Ren and 6 opponents in 11 rounds. More, 12 rounds. So it was like, and I lost one of those and the final, but the guy cheated. So.
Oh,
And-
that was the one. I didn't know you were his
that
opponent.
was the one.
Yeah, that was. I
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
about
I was
that
the
disqualification. Okay, I gotta go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
Um,
And I lost to him already in round 4. That's a keep.
yeah, we're on the draw. That's still a keep.
That's fine.
Okay. So.
No, I mean,
yeah.
It's like with Delver, I very rarely mulligan unless I don't have lands or I have only lands.
Yeah.
That's maybe the only times in which I mulligan.
Or you know what they're on and you don't have the. Well, actually, I guess it worked
yeah.
out. Oh, geez, Belcher. Okay, we're dead.
Let's see. Sometimes they echo eons, they give us a wild ride and we get the force.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. See if they have Veil. Yeah, we might have a chance.
We might.
Okay.
Echo of Eons, you see?
Yeah.
And we draw double force now and we're gonna win.
Okay, we got one force of will.
One force. Okay. That's fine. Back in the last round. Oh. But yeah, I was also.
Do we
That's
count?
fine.
Okay. Let's just
No. You can counter just the.
counter the Belcher or the. Well, sometimes they have empty Warrens and then we're screwed anyway.
Goblin Carbage.
Okay, we're gonna counter this. I think we pitched Delver, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Daze is really good against.
Okay, let's see if they concede. No. Okay, they're gonna play it out.
No. They have 5 hand cards. They can do something.
That's true. Okay, so we're gonna go Volcanic, Delver, pass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're actually super right. We could have lost to an empty the Warren.
That's right. Yeah, I've lost to it before. That's why I was thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It might actually been correct to counter the right because there's no way they can hardcast it with fast mana.
Yeah, I completely agree. If we are playing 100% correct, we should have,
Yeah. Oh, Train Lightning is a good card. We might actually just fire it off because.
Yeah. Yeah, Chain Lightning right now, play the Delver. Say go.
Oh, there is no other
From
Delver.
your basic item.
It's just.
We pitched it, right.
Yeah.
Then play the Flooded Strand.
Play the Flooded Strand, yeah. What? Simian Spirit? That's okay. Can we daze it? Can we daze that or no? No, we can't.
I wouldn't. We have Ethereal Forager.
Okay.
You can daze it, but I wouldn't because we have Ethereal Forager anyway, and it gets back our force.
Oh man, that's a sweet play. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. Like I don't mind.
Yeah, I love it. That's Legacy. There's so many fun interactions. Do we just fetch to go?
No. Okay. Or Brainstorm.
Oh, that's great. So we could actually
just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Just play.
We could actually play Forager this turn.
Oh, we can play both cards.
Yeah.
Because we have enough.
You're right.
Yeah, fetch on Volcanic Island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can play both. Why not?
No, wait. Actually, you leave the Delver in hand because you get Force of Will back, and Delver's gonna be a pitch card. This is even better.
Okay. So we're actually
play the play the.
So that way we have Force of Will and Daze next turn, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, I like.
And in the text we get Force of Will, and we have both counters. That's even better.
Okay. Okay, somehow I don't think we're gonna run out of clock this match.
No. And if they're gonna Rite of Flame now, you can surely daze, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's generally quite
Nice.
hard for them to be able to belch twice.
Yeah. How did you? Okay. You're playing it pretty aggressively. But that's
I
fine.
am, yeah. But well, I mean, I'm gonna keep the force negation now, yeah, just because it's like insurance. All right, what am I getting back? Probably another Force of Will.
Yeah, the Force of Will, 100%. Because what you could have also done is play the Deva to accelerate your clock and take the Force of Will and pitch the Preordain into Force of Will.
Oh, I'm still playing the Delver. I'm gonna flip it next turn. So yeah, we got that. Now it's a 2-turn clock.
Sure. Yeah, that's because we have double bolt.
Yeah.
We get back the Chain Lightning, and now
that's
that
right.
turned out really well actually. Yeah.
Tinderwall, we're gonna daze that, right? Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we need to.
No, both are flying, right?
Yeah, both are flying.
Can it block flying creatures?
No. It's not reach.
No, okay.
Now we're gonna counter whatever this is. Yeah, we're gonna daze this.
Daze that, yeah, perfect. Nice. And we won. Probably.
Yeah. Well, that's good. They're gonna make us play it out. It's fine.
Nice.
It's never over until it's actually over. Let's attack first. All right.
Nice.
So Nullrod is definitely coming in.
Grafdigger's Cage are coming in for Echo.
Grafdigger's Cage, Flusterstorm. I think we could actually probably bring in Surgical Extraction as well. Maybe. Well, let's see what we can potentially side out. These are all going to stay in. Like Force Negations, Forces are definitely in. I think True Name we can actually side out.
So take in the Surgical also on the Electricary.
Oh, just for the Goblins, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And the second Surgical.
Okay. So in terms of, I think, potential cuts, we can probably... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask, do they have any Pyroblast target?
Sometimes they play Veil of Summer. I don't know if they have Pyroblast.
No, I mean, do they have a blue spell as a Pyroblast target?
No, they don't have.
No, right?
They have Echo of Aeons. They have Echo of Aeons. That's it, I believe, because they play LED.
True, they have Echo.
Yeah,
but they have Echo, but they don't play Brainstorm. They don't play. Do they play Brainstorm Ponder? No.
No, but like everything but Echo, we would like force or like counter relevant cards anyway. So I don't think Pyroblast is very good in this one.
No, probably not.
I think we could potentially actually cut some threats because it's really about just like stopping them the burst, and then we just win slowly. So it's like all these cards are like really not that useful, honestly.
So the general rule is to board out your very slow threats and your Chain Lightnings and Lightning Bolts.
Yeah.
This is basically the general idea.
Yeah, Sprite Dragon's actually fast, so we could do something like this.
Sprite Dragon is insane.
Sorry?
Keep in 2 bolts.
Okay.
Yeah, Sprite Dragon is insane. 2 bolts can stay in against of this 1 green mana. What's it called? Insecta? No, not Insecta.
Xantid Swarm. Yeah.
Xantid Swarm, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And take out Young Pyromancer 1. And let's see.
Maybe Brazen Borer. Like you don't really. Yeah.
That's good.
We could potentially also cut a basic land. That sometimes we can cut a snow-covered mountain. That might also be fine.
Yeah, I used to. We can, but I think we don't have to. Mana development is sometimes more important than you think, I'd say. I think like this is fine. 4 bolts and the slow creepers. That's totally fine.
The thing is, there's not much better cards to bring in. Otherwise, I might cut the mountain. Okay, so they're on the play. I think we basically have to mulligan everything until we get...
Right.
Until we get a turn.
They're on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, they are on the play, so we need to have the
Honestly,
force.
we could even keep a hand like this. Because it has a force of will. I don't know how you feel about that. Like, because if we can just take our time and just win. The null rod and the waste, like we just have to get one mana source. I don't know how you feel about just keeping that.
It's up to you.
Yeah, they just mulligan to
Do
5.
you want to keep it?
I think I would keep it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would just keep
Okay.
it and maybe just bottom a preordain because like I really think if we
Yes.
just stop their initial
Mhm.
assault, then the game's over basically. Yeah, they just mulligan
Sure,
to 4.
sure. Yeah. I mean, against the mulligan of 4, that's a much better keep, but like, yeah, I totally agree.
I think even if they kept like 6 or 7, I might consider keeping this because it's not a deck like Reanimator or Storm that rebuilds after they go all in and you stop them. They might have a nut hand like, sometimes they do like Veil Summer and then they go off, but if they do that, you need 2 counter spells. There's nothing you can do. So I would.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if we get to draw our land, we're pretty much in a
Okay,
very
this
good
is
shape.
interesting because we may actually want to counter the Lion's Eye Diamond because, well, they don't have anything that generates green for Veil of Summer yet.
Yeah, the problem I have with countering Lion's-Eye Diamond that if they have a second, we just wasted the force of will.
Right.
And as long as we don't have information, I tend to not counter
Okay,
force of will.
they're ditching, and now we counter, right? Basically.
With a ponder.
Yeah.
It's often correct to counter Lion's-Eye Diamond versus Dredge or versus.
All right, league is over. Sven, I'm sorry that this league was not as long as we expected, but
this is totally fine.
Totally fine, right? I'm willing to take that 4-1. But yeah, I want to leave some time here in case you want to talk. Like, it's funny if I screenshotted this, people will be like, "Man, we had a dominant league. Like, we 2-0'd everything. We literally just dropped one game."
Yeah, I mean, look, you always have to be lucky in Magic.
Yes.
It's you draw your cards and like luck is something. It's part of the game, and today luck was on our side, especially in what was it the concede match, turn 3 concede match, and now in versus Belka. So yeah. I hope you learned something.
I definitely
you
did.
Got a better view on the rates.
I would say that it was still a really interesting league because I think the beginning segment where we talked about the 75 cards is going to be very useful to anyone that watches it and also for myself. And I think there were a lot of like micro decisions, especially in the Delver matches around sequencing that honestly I did learn from that. So it wasn't like, because that's the best kind of Magic is when you actually have to make a lot of decisions. I mean, I think there were some later on, like for example, the last 3 matches there were not that many decisions, but like the first 2 matches were really interesting because they were like Delver mirrors.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, blue-red, when it comes to blue-red Delver, you have to. It's sometimes more important to understand in what your deck doesn't do instead of what your deck actually does, because it helps you to board correctly and also to play correctly. So for example, when we had this hand versus 4-color loam, and where we needed only the top deck land, I mean, I saw we had as boarding cards already the Upbraid and the Blood Moon in hand, and I immediately thought, if he doesn't chalice us turn 1, we are very likely to have a good shot with his hand, so just keep it.
Right.
While if you play, for example, the Mulligan, and like you have a 1-land hander which is volcanic, and you run into the wasteland, and the rest of the cards aren't working anymore, like you have to decide, like the Mulligan wouldn't have helped us that much, even if we had force of will for their turn 1 chalice. It's like, I think in Delver, it's important to understand, like, because you always win somehow with like, so it's much more important to understand what your deck doesn't do, how do you lose? Like, what is your deck not capable of dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
And especially with blue-red Delver, since you're already missing the third color to alter specific matchups, you have to be very aware of what is happening and how can you actually lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then your decisions are up to, well, do you take this line or that line? And sometimes we took the high roll and it paid out, for example. For example, against Rug Delver. Because they have better cards anyway, so we rather take the Arcanist high roll line than trying to outvalue them and stuff like this. And Blue-Red Delver is kind of the most fragile decks in those, because let's say you're playing a deck like Strifo, it doesn't matter if you don't Force of Will something, you have Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like Force of Will is so much less of a value card in Strifo pile because you have Assassin's Trophy. It deals with stuff anyway. So you have so much more air to breathe, basically. And you have to be much more aware of how to win now, sometimes even against the clock, instead of how do you lose. While in a deck like Delver, in which every counter is sometimes a soft counter, Force of Negation only is for free in your opponent's turn. Everything is like so little incremental doing value. Nothing is like remove target permanent like a Vindicate.
Totally.
So you really have to, to know what's up and to know how to navigate and sequence the way through.
Oh, for sure. Like that's the thing that I don't want to say it doesn't really annoy me or bug me, but I sometimes I feel like people talk about Delver as if it's some kind of, I mean, it is one of the best decks in the format, but they talk about it like, oh, you know, this deck is too powerful. But it's very powerful contingent on you making a lot of incremental micro decisions correctly. In other words, like, it's actually quite difficult to play versus like a snow control deck or a linear combo deck, in my opinion, right? So, you know, like, you get the wins. Like today, for example, we were fortunate to have like good draws and things line up, but like, could have very easily like gone the other way too if we didn't make those kind of decisions, or if we didn't make decisions that were like 60% and then they actually ended up like favorable, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think what people are referring to in general is the idea of saying, well, if Delver, for example, you're pressuring with creatures, with a Delver and a Pyromancer, and they need to run into the daze. Do you have the daze? Yes or no? If you have it, they lose. If you don't have it, they have still time to win. And always when I'm playing, for example, I'm also playing other formats. I'm playing do you know the format Highlander, Canadian Highlander and such?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Highlander because in Highlander you get to play actual mid-range magic and you're not being like turn one all the time against combo decks. And for example, like, one of the things about Delver is Delver kind of needs to have everything in the hand, and then it's the nuts deck. It's the best deck of all time in Legacy. I mean, not objectively. I mean, when Delver has everything, it's unbeatable. You cannot, it's so hard to interact with Delver when you run into daze. Then if you're daze proof, they have the Force of Will, and then they wasteland you and their Spell Pierce is online.
Right.
It's impossible to interact versus Delver if they have everything. While on the other hand, if you don't draw the right cards in exactly the right moment, Delver is almost not a good deck, because in a vacuum, it doesn't deal with cards on the battlefield anymore, except the cards which are boltable. Like the cards you can lightning bolt, that's like fine. So there's always this line between Delver of I have everything in my hand, instead of I draw the wrong cards. My deck actually doesn't even line up to play the very first two turns.
Right.
And the idea of Delver is to maximize your consistency so much that you try to sequence everything basically in terms of like, I need this, so I rather ponder instead of playing the Pyromancer to find my force, because I will lose to this now. Or wastelanding instead of playing your threat, because you say, it's so much harder to interact with in turn 3 threat, for example, now, than if you waste them down, you set them 1 mana back. And those little decisions in Delver, because the deck doesn't have Assassin's Trophy, the deck doesn't have Vindicate, or not even Swords to Plowshares. This is what makes the deck really, really tight to play. It's really, you must play it tight. You must play it very correct to basically to survive in the games.
Yeah.
And when you manage to do it, Delver is a really, really good deck.
Yeah. No, it was a great session. Really appreciate you, Sven, sharing some of these insights. You're definitely a very experienced player. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed doing this recording, and I hope that as we said in the beginning, like, people who want to learn more about Blue Red Delver, please join the Discord. We'll definitely put a link, and then we can definitely keep this archetype going. So thank you so much.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much also for the chance to record with you and play a nice league.